Welcome back to the place for all the Ks, Ps, frames, and HDR. Welcome back to PSVG's Game Tech. It is I, your boy, DatNinjaDev, and as usual, I'm joined by the buyer of all the things, the eater of hype, Mr. Donnie Reece. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing okay, man. Okay, I've been up since like 3. So
Why?
it's one of those days. I was on the phone with a friend like super late the day before.
Mm-hmm.
So like yesterday I went to bed at like 7.
It's
I was
completely throw off your sleeping
tired.
schedule.
I was watching a Netflix show with my wife, and she kept telling me that I kept going in and out of like 2-minute snoring fits. I would snore for like 30 seconds and just like wake up and then like fall right back asleep. So I was like, I'm gonna just take my ass to bed. I just gotta go to sleep.
Oh, man. Also joining us, as usual, is Mr. Bland Explosion. Garret Bland, how are you today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I woke up pretty early on normal sleeping schedule and just playing Bravely Default 2 nonstop.
Ugh.
And it's glorious. JRPGs are glorious.
Gross.
No.
Hey, Dev, you
just need
picked
to
it
stop.
on your fantasy league.
No, I did not. It was auto-drafted.
It's in your league. I don't know. I guess you must have
Is it
liked it.
doing well? Because I don't know.
It was like high 70s. It's okay. Yeah.
I'll take it. If it gets me points, that's good. Fine. I was
The
trying to
people
get all
who-
PlayStation games.
Yeah, the people who love Bravely Default, they'll give it the 90s, and then people who are not into Bravely Default give them like 60s. That's normally how it goes with JRPGs. So
Yeah. Hard pass.
Anyways.
Hard pass.
it's
You have
so
too many
good.
of those. You have too many of those. Put one down. Just
I'm
stop it.
I'm doing that in Persona Strikers. I don't know.
It's
That's the rest of
same
the year
game.
for me.
Dude, Strikers. Well, we'll save
Anyway,
it for
we
another
could talk-
podcast another day. Strikers is a something.
Yeah, we could talk that another time.
Yeah. One day I'm gonna have to understand what the lure is for playing games where you're a high school person. I don't understand wanting to do that at all. I don't get it.
You just go through school. It's like time.
Why?
It's like every day
They're hot high schoolers.
they're hanging out with their friends.
It's a good-looking group of kids, man.
Okay, some of them are in college now too.
That's true. Yeah, they're not like they're out of high school.
Same
I was
exact.
I was speaking to
character
the
design.
era of their age, not necessarily. They're not actually in high school.
Yeah. I'll never understand wanting to manage relationships in video games. I just don't want to do it.
Man,
That's what
you
it boils
gotta-
down to.
You got to waifu the best girl.
Fuck that.
And it's Makoto
It's Makoto.
and Yukiko.
Lady
in
on
Persona 4.
forever. Come on, man.
Lady Anne, yeah.
Dude.
Unless they're just gonna blindly follow me by me not paying them any attention, there will be no relationship.
You got to
building.
put the work in.
Only work
Yeah.
I'm putting in is murdering things. If there's bad guys to kill and
It's
worlds
not
to save,
Diablo.
that's the only work I'm putting in.
It's the opposite of that. It's not Diablo.
There's no things to kill. There's no.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're constantly killing things.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm here for.
It's just not the whole thing. It's not the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't romance people in Persona Strikers. You just got to...
It's just a
Take it
bunch
the
of
way
friends
it is.
together having an adventure.
It's a coming-of-age story, man. It's like Road Trip, the video game.
Too old for this shit. Too old for this. No.
So that's what it's about. It's about reliving that time. Now that you can't do this now. You got kids and a wife and
I
stuff.
don't want to relive that though.
Oh,
That's
Right.
the
no.
thing.
Do a road trip and have an adventure. Kill some monsters on the other side.
See, I've reached the point where the idea of road trips and all of that stuff, it's just like,
See, that's
I don't
because
want any
you got a
parts of that.
family and stuff now. It's all been ruined for you. Persona takes
probably
you back to a
mounted.
time when it was fun.
oh man. Anyways, welcome back to Game Tech. Yay. So, as we always start the show, what's new? What new tech has caught your eye that you've picked up, played around with, and are excited to talk about? We're going to start with you, Garret. Anything new? Because I'm sure Donnie bought the world, and we'll save him for last.
I think you guys know what I've
I know what Garret
impulse
bought.
this past week.
I do too.
I don't know how I got it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I pre-ordered a PS5 from Walmart.
Yeah.
I want to get. I want to see the exclusives, like PS4 exclusives, up a little bit better. You know, like God of War. I'm sure Horizon's going to be the same thing. I'm sure Bloodborne eventually will have it. I would like to play Final Fantasy VII Remake. I haven't played that yet, and it looks like my type of game. And I just been waiting on. Game. Yeah, it looks really good. So, yeah, and also I'm just looking at. I could sell the Pro. That would recoup some cost. And then also, I haven't got my stimulus yet. And then through my tax returns, I'm getting all of that. So I'll be saving quite a bit of money.
Buy a PS5. Sure. That's what the COVID Save America stimulus bill was going for.
Yes, you
These
pay.
Americans need PlayStation 5s.
That's what Joe Biden swore in his presidential campaign.
Listen here,
sure.
If you vote for me,
you will get a PS5.
There will be a PlayStation and Xbox in every pot.
Yes.
And I bought some.
Did you ever get your?
Yeah, you did.
Dark plates?
Yeah, he did. Of course he did. Nobody can stand that hideous thing the way that
blinding white plastic.
Gosh, it's so bad.
Kind of like your blinding white headphones that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Get out of here with this nonsense. But also match your chair. I don't even understand.
That's true. I actually didn't plan that.
It actually would fit your stuff quite nicely.
See, the cool thing,
actually, you're kind of right.
The cool thing, Garrett, is that because you have the black plates and you didn't paint them, you can mix and match. You could have one black, one white, and you can make the whole damn thing match.
Well, it's nice. These plates, they actually, you know how it spikes up these white plates?
Yes,
it actually it trims that all the way.
The Batman Tower? Yeah.
The Batman Tower.
What it looks like. You just gotta pop your collar, man. Y'all see y'all style. It's fine. It's fine.
I get
fine.
It is so not fine.
Y'all don't have the style for that. It's cool. You want to be all subdued, fade into the background.
I was gonna pull up my phone, but I forgot to turn it off. I sent a picture of my PlayStation 5 to my customer service manager. Mm-hmm. He told me his first response was, "Man, that looks so much better than the way it looks."
Okay.
You
guys, I get it.
Reiteration.
You guys just want to fade into the background, blend in. Nah, man.
Mine pops.
I mean, we're just standing out.
I got the color pop and everything. Yeah, mine pops. Mine stands out.
Yours doesn't pop. It just has a couple of lights on it.
It looks amazing.
No,
it's got the lights. I got Twitter. I posted it. I got people that disagree with you.
That's fine. They can disagree. Those are also the people who want to just blend in.
Where are you?
I thought you liked the RPG.
You look like you're at a daycare. Like, where is your PlayStation and your computer and everything? Where are you?
Oh, this is my office/classroom.
Okay, yeah.
It's a mix for sure. No, you changed your camera or something. Or is it mirrored?
Yeah, he's not like up against the window.
Yeah, like, you know I think his camera's mirrored or something.
I don't know.
Where's the PlayStation?
Yeah. PlayStation is in front of me and down below. The desk is in front of me.
So you're hiding.
So it is mirrored, because we usually see your desk and everything to your left. Mm-hmm. And so we're just seeing the opposite side of the room that we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
look at there.
Yeah, guys, I also got this little tiny black square. You know what this does? Finally, I can put my freaking RGB fans into my PC now. The ones that I got for Christmas. I had to get this stupid thing to convert, I think it's like 3-pin to 4-pin, or the other way around, to my motherboard, so I can put all the RGB that I want. And I need more fans on my PC. I only have 2, like external fans here. So, gonna be good stuff. I asked for a refund for this because it took so long to get this. They said that it would be here like late January. I asked for a refund. They gave me a refund. I still got this. So, yeah, win-win. Right, that happened to me.
That's a win-win in my book. Oh yeah,
that happened to me in Persona Strikers.
Right.
And then I ordered Persona Strikers from Best Buy, and it was like 5 days late. And I called them. I was like, "Guys, where is it?" And the tracking number was not showing any tracking or anything. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "It must be lost." And they gave me my money back. And then I bought the Switch version digitally, and then it showed up in the mail. So I sold the Steelbook for like $150.
What? Those are $150?
The PlayStation 4 Steelbook.
I have it. I just got it today.
You could sell it for 2-3 times what the game is worth.
My Steelbook collection, though.
Right. I bought. Here's the funny thing, though: the Switch Steelbook, you can pick up for like $15. So I bought.
That's weird.
A Switch. It's up there. I bought a Switch Steelbook for the digital copy of the game that I have for $20 after I sold the PlayStation version off.
Interesting.
So I made out like a penny.
Why? Why do $150?
Because I sold the game
That's
for
a little
$50
insane.
too. So I flipped the game for $200.
But still, $100 for a steelbook?
I don't
didn't
know.
realize how
That's
rare
people
that
are,
is.
That's what people are doing. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Well,
insane.
good on them. I
But it
guess
was
if they're happy.
It was the first thing I did because you can't return the digital copy, right? So the first thing I did was like, well, let's go check eBay and see what I can flip this for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy crap.
I don't know if you guys looked into it, but I do have PT in the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
And I was looking up on eBay. I see some people like selling these for astronomical prices. And I'm like, is that believable?
You have to be willing to give your account, though.
Oh, your account too. I see.
No,
never mind.
You got to
Then
be willing to give your account.
that makes sense then. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's really what they're selling. Is they're selling a piece of hardware with an account that has PT on it.
Yep.
I'm gonna miss playing that game.
I have I have the ending saved. The video.
Yeah,
saved.
I am. I played it last year, and I was just like, how damn good. Like
That was so good.
PT for me is most definitely at least a top 20 experience from like the last generation of games.
Yeah.
Probably higher. I've never like actually sat down and tried to really rank them all. I think I did it once. It probably top 10 for me. Like definitely my favorite horror game. I think of the generation.
It was one of the most biggest
And it's
surprises.
crazy because it's like a little demo, and it's like it was that damn good.
It was so good. 2014. I just couldn't believe it.
And I remember being hyped when it was announced, and I'm not a Kojima person, but I remember watching E3, and they were like, "And we have a demo out," and I was like, "Awesome!" Because I've always wanted every demo to be at E3 to be available. And I remember downloading it, playing it that night, and like waiting for the rest of the world to figure out how great it was.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn,
We
I
was in Vegas. I was in Vegas and had the PlayStation with me, and we downloaded it, and me and a bunch of the homies, we were all just sitting there playing it, trying to figure it out. But that was it. I played it then. Never went back to it. It was cool, but for me, it just wasn't like.
I remember my wife asked me to turn it off.
She
was so
creepy.
scared she didn't want to watch it anymore. She was
Yeah.
like, I don't. She's like, either you turn it off or I'm going to go in another room. There's only like a couple horror movies that even got her that far, Like that didn't happen often, but PT got her there. She didn't want to make that loop anymore. She had enough of those loops.
I think we all went there. It was really good.
It was cool.
No, it was great.
Sure. All right, so you finally are going to have some RGB in your computer. That's nice. I know you've been waiting for that for a while.
Forever.
I'm surprised you didn't like tear down your computer right away and throw it in. You have the patience of something, because I have no patience for that kind of stuff. I get it. I want to play with it right away.
I know, but it's going to take a little bit, like maybe an hour or so. And I could just do it this weekend. I think I got it this past week. But yeah, it's just been busy around here. So
Nice. As for myself, let's see. I got an audio extractor because I've been streaming every Thursday and wanted to make sure that I was able to actually stream chat and all that good stuff. So it was the Astro one, which is actually pretty nice because it'll pass through HDR and all that good stuff. So I can get 4K HDR at 60 without any issues. So setting that up was a breeze. I also got the Elgato 4K 60 capture card because I'm actually trying to stream on a regular. So yeah, every Thursday at about like 9:30, I've been streaming. So
You got the hot new weight screen.
Yeah, created some weight screen, did all that stuff. Just was fooling around. I was inspired by Jack, so it's like, you know what?
that's true.
Let's go ahead and actually do this. So that's been a lot of fun.
Is the Elgato internal?
It's internal, yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, because I had an external one, but it was just like, that's more wires and cables, and
It really is.
There's so many more wires with that
As
thing.
somebody
oh my
who
gosh.
hooked this up for Jack, I remember thinking, I was like, this is such a mess. What I did is, we had this old Roku TV. It's like 24, 26 inch, something like that. Little one. I set it up on my desk here for Jack to stream from because obviously with the ultra wide, streaming's difficult. Like I can't display the game
pretty
here and
difficult
stream
there, yeah.
into right. So I needed another monitor. So I was like, I'll just use this little TV that we have, and I'll put it over there. So what I did is I coiled up all the wires, zip tied them, and then got like a command strip and command stripped the Elgato to the back of the TV.
That's
Just
pretty
so
good.
I can hide everything, underneath the desk, basically, because it's a mess.
Yeah. All them wires are nonsense. So
Yeah, because you
good
need
on
power, USB, and 2 HDMI's, and plus, it's for the Switch, so we also had all the Switch stuff that was going with it, and it's just it's too much.
Yeah, absolutely. Flippin'lutely. So you hear that, Garrett? When you do all that, mind your wires, sir.
You got to look
Dude,
at my wires. It's
Rebecca sent me a picture
mess.
for PlayStation.
Oh, really?
Had a wire coming down what looks like the ceiling. Apparently, it's like on the ground. It's just like coming down from the TV. She didn't try to like hide it or get a longer cable or anything. It is literally just
It's
like
just a wire.
like 100 degrees, right? So go 90 and then just go just a shade left and just straight out of the picture. That's where it goes. And I'm like, that should never happen. Like this should never exist. Like this wire is just, it looks like it's standing upwards, like just on its own.
Oh my gosh.
So I gave her proper Game Tech gruff for that photo.
As you should have.
She said.
Have. Manage your wires, people. It's not difficult. It makes everything else easier in the long run. Just manage your wires, okay?
I just need a video chat and just help me. I have an HDMI splitter.
Go shirtless and like instead of like Cavill building the computer, be Garrett wiring. Just
I could do that.
Cleaning up the wires.
If people are into it, sure.
Yeah.
I can just record shirtless.
You need those little zip ties, the Velcro ties?
I do have those. It's just like...
So you just don't use them? Or just...
No, I do use them. It's just there's like 4 or 5 different like ways my wires are going. I have my switch to the left. I have an HDMI hub and an Elgato in the middle. I have my audio extractor off to the left as well. I got 2 monitors here. I switch between PS4 with the 1440p monitor, and the Switch is on my 1080p monitor. And then I have to switch all that out every time.
One of the things that I really enjoyed, and Dev will definitely remember this, when I swapped out the dual monitors for the ultrawide, is how much it cut down on my cables.
Oh, I bet.
I just cut all of my cables in half between the display cables and the power adapters and everything. I was like, oh my god, this is so much better.
That's true.
The only cable that it would cut down for me is just the display cable, or not display port, but the
Power?
1 HDMI cable and 1 power cable. So it would only get rid of 2 cables for me. So it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. But I have all of my cables. They all just come together and then go down. It's very simple.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what you got to do, Garrett. You just have to actually just run them all to one central location and then bind them. What up, Sean? And just bind them, pull them down, zip ties, and you're good.
Handle them down, you know?
That's basically what it is. Like, just run them all to a central location to where you can zip tie them. Or,
I'm not even that good.
use
Once they
Velcro.
get like under my desk and out of my sight, I don't care. Like I just kind of shove them off. Out of there.
Yeah, I can't.
But
do that.
everything
Like,
is really nice as it travels to that point.
I
Everything
see.
is zip tied together as it goes down under the desk. And my desk has like the wiring channel, so it's all stuck in there. But like once it gets down to like the actual power port on the ground, it's like I don't care, just plug it in.
Oh yeah, that's the
I
one. That's
see.
the rat's nest that I really hate. So like all of mine, I actually have the little like.
Do you have the
zip.
box?
I don't have a box, but I have like the thing where I Velcro them all together, so they're all like one nice little bundle, and then I put Velcro around those just to keep them tight, and
saying
then
anything to get
I
it.
have a little zip thing up. So yeah,
I have a zip thing as well. I guess I just
So-
got to rewire this thing.
yeah, and same thing for your inside of your PC. So when you're putting all those cables in,
my PC is actually not that bad, actually.
okay.
The wiring of that
Mine
is
is-
not bad.
Mine is a pain because I also got a Commander Pro because I was tired of not being able to control the speed of my fans to actually keep the PC cool. So I got a Commander Pro so I can handle all the lights and all the cooling and everything. And just every fan has 2 cables. So you've got your power cable and your cable for your RGB. So when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have six fans. So that's double the amount of cables.
So many
it's a
fans.
pain. So you
I
have
think
to
I'm
run
about
them
to
all through.
have that too.
Yeah, it's just oh my god, the backside, like having to run them all through and get all the channels and run everything down. It's a pain to start, but like once you have it managed, it makes it a lot easier when you need to replace something, swap something out. Plus, it helps with the airflow when your cables are actually managed.
Yeah,
nicely,
they're all bundled together very nicely.
Yep.
Cable management is important.
A person that has their cable management in order has their life in order.
I don't know about all that.
I know
have
where my cables
together.
are. I know where my cables
I don't
are.
know about my life. What about you, Donnie? You pick up anything cool you want to tell us about?
I have this
To the
fancy
people
new
about-
webcam.
Yeah.
I have the Razer Kilo Pro.
Smashy.
I've been thinking about getting a webcam for months now, actually. For like 2 or 3 months. Just because, like we do the live stream each week with Empire and Shaq. And it's like, I usually only stream in like 720. With this new stuff, we're doing 1080. But like, so it's never really bothered me. It's always been kind of fuzzy. But on conference calls, it's like, I'm just seeing it more, because we're doing all this remote stuff. So I'm just seeing it often a lot more.
Yeah.
And I was like, that could be better. We could do better than that. And
Life's good. But
the
it can be
Kilo
better.
Pro is really fancy. It's really nice. For a webcam, I was thinking of the Brio. That's the one I had wishlisted for the longest time. The Brio. I mean, all webcams right now are like hard to find, and they're pretty expensive actually. But the Brio, I've seen used like in my county and stuff, and it's a nice like webcam for like a conference room. It's a really nice like wide angle shot. But I don't need that, and its quality is not like that great. It's definitely not as good as the Keo.
Yeah.
I think it's not nearly as good. But this Keo, when I got it, it was way more than I was expecting. I 100% bought it off of Jeff's nomination. Jeff got one. He got to do a little review for it. I watched it, so I DM'd him. I was like, "Hey man, like brass tacks, is it really worth it? Because I'm looking to get a camera and it's expensive." He's like, "If you're looking to buy a webcam, it's the best webcam you can buy for what you're trying to do." And I was like, I'm sold. That's really all I needed to hear. Thanks, Jeff. And and I bought it, and he's right. What I didn't expect is just how quality it is. It really feels, I mean, everything about it just screams like a DSLR camera lens. It's like a Nikon camera lens. Like I honestly feel like I could grab it and screw it on a camera, because that's exactly what it looks like. The whole thing just looks like that. It's metal, it has that feel. It's got the focus, the focus, when you side wheel or whatever you call it, where you can, it's got the grooves and everything. That's exactly what it looks like. And the camera software is pretty cool. The Snap software. I don't use the HDR. I think my room, and this is my room as you're seeing it now, with only one light on. I have like 4 lights that I normally record with. So this is it, like at its darkest, usually, and you can tell, like, I feel like I'm almost brighter than you guys. That's with the HDR off. With the HDR on, like, it brightens up. Yeah, it goes way up. So if I wanted to use the HDR stuff, I think I'd have to turn it off. I'd have to turn all my lights off, just like sit in the dark, or have like a light that's like really far away. So it does a really, really great job of kind of auto leveling your light and your exposure. And it's got a bunch of different settings that you can mess with if you care about that stuff. You can cool, warm, all that junk like with your TV. I didn't. I just like set it. I just set the focus and clicked one that I thought looked best, and that was it. I left it there. The Synapse stuff, kind of buggy. Like if you keep changing a lot of stuff, like it'll freeze, it'll crash. I would reload it after a crash, and like it wouldn't see it, and I'd have to plug it back in. So the less that I have to deal with it, I think is probably the best. Like I plugged it in, turn it on, set it, and forget it. So I got that. I got gigabit internet.
That's nice.
Woohoo! Finally, I joined the ranks of people that have cable TV again. Never thought I'd say that again. I haven't had cable
A minor
since-
group now.
I haven't said I had. I haven't had cable TV since like 2006. Man, it's been so long.
Wow.
My kids have never had cable TV. Actually,
He didn't
My
grow up
daughter-
with cable TV at all.
My daughter's 14, and all she's ever known is Roku, which is
Interesting.
strange because now that we have cable, nobody watches it.
Yeah.
Like, the only person that's watching it, not one person's watching it but me.
What are these commercials?
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I got the cable just because the package that came with the internet, like what I was paying for internet before versus the package was like, I'm paying $50 more now and I jumped from 350 to a gig, and I have cable. So it was like the $50 was worth it.
Yeah.
And as Dev knows, I'm getting a $150 gift card too. So I'm just
that's a no-brainer right there.
Just I got my rewards points. I got my gift card from Best Buy. I got my gift card from Comcast. Like I'm just stockpiling Switch Pro, baby. Just
Switch Pro.
Switch Pro. Jesus.
I just got to find one. But once I get one, I won't pay a dime for it.
That's true.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's what I do with my PlayStation. I did not pay for that. I was just wheeling and dealing. PlayStation 5 was free.
Nice.
Outside of that, I don't think I've gotten any tech stuff, man. I got the PlayStation 5 camera because streaming from the PlayStation 5 is infinitely better than streaming from the Xbox. It's not close. So we got the little camera, but it's just a little camera. It's really no different than the PlayStation 4. It's sad that the PlayStation 4 is so light years beyond the Series X, and it came out like 8 years ago, and its streaming stuff is still so much better. Like once they nuked Mixer, streaming directly from the Xbox just tanked. It's just real bad.
That surprises me so much. Like you would think that it's Windows,
that they would at least keep some of the controls
so much easier.
No, you can't change the focus, you can't change the zoom, you can't move your camera around.
Wow.
Let alone filters and cutouts and everything else the PlayStation has. Don't even think about any of that. Like you can't even, like all you can basically do is go into the Twitch app and you can pick a corner. That's all you get to do. You can't so if you're far away, you can't zoom in. It doesn't track your face. Nothing. So I had to pull out a tripod and put it right in front of Jack.
Oh,
that's so weird.
It was dumb. That's really dumb in today's world.
Is that the sacrifice you got to make because it can use any camera versus proprietary software with Sony? Like I'm wondering if it's the trade-off for that, which seems ridiculous.
Well, the funny thing is if you download the Skype app and you jump in it, the Skype app has those features while you're using Skype. It just once you close Skype, it doesn't work. So it's there. It's just not really enabled or it's not built in. Honestly, just once they nuked it for Mixer, I just think it's on the back burner. Like whenever they come back with their streaming stuff, I have no doubt that it will be good and it'll be like what we expect from Mixer. It's just this whole transition while they're launching a console during COVID. I just don't think it's on their to-do list or priority at any point. They mentioned they want to work on broadcast, but I just think it's going to be later this year probably. It's just not great right now. So,
yeah, well,
other things. I mean, I've splurged a lot. I'm buying custom consoles. That's my new thing, Dev.
New thing? That's not a new thing for you. That's
it's a recent splurge thing. It's like my new thing. I got a custom controller coming. I've got 2 custom switches coming. So
you got something coming in. I'm shipping it today.
Oh, my Vita.
Your Vita.
I forgot all about my Vita. Where is your Vita?
Where's my?
Why haven't you got a Vita?
Why haven't you bought my Vita?
I sent you multiple eBay listings for you to get a Vita, Dev. You got a free PlayStation 5. You could at least pop for a Vita.
Nah, I'm good.
Dev,
They're not expensive.
I have all the programs. I have all the files. Just let me know.
Oh, I don't.
Dude,
I'm not going to play any of this.
He put everything on it. Everything. The entire. It's all there. Mm-hmm. I sent him a list of lists, and he's like, "Anything else?"
Well, I'm good. I don't want.
I got Vice City. I got GTA 3.
Okay, well, those 2 I couldn't get just because of things I'll explain later.
No!
I did get San Andreas, though, on there.
I don't want that one.
Okay.
Take it back off.
We'll talk We'll talk after
Delete
this.
it.
How about that?
That one's awful.
You could get it, but there's some
San
things we need
Andreas
to do.
It's not awful.
It's awful.
There's a jetpack.
It's not good. It's not good.
I can play as CJ. Look here. I will not tolerate any San Andreas slander.
Well, it's going to happen because it is not good.
Look here, my friend. All right, it's the only GTA where I was like, "Oh my god, I know this."
It is objectively the worst one.
Oof.
It's worse than 4. It's definitely worse than 5. It's not as good as 3 or Vice City. Chinatown Wars is better.
Please explain why you have this wrong opinion.
I'm out of this.
I never liked. I got so hyped. You know me and GTA. Like I love me some GTA games. Mm-hmm. And I remember I got it on my PS3, and I don't know if it was like all the micromanagement stuff, life stuff that they put in it. It just wasn't as fun for me. I didn't stick with it nearly as long. I played it for 2 weeks and I took it back. I was like, I'm done with this. I don't want to do this
Yeah,
anymore.
I hated all the micromanagement stuff. I don't
It's
like
awful.
doing
It
that
ruined the
crap.
game.
Having to do
It's
that.
the Majora's
but-
Mask of GTA games.
Yeah, I don't want to
San
have to
Andreas.
manage my weight and all of that stuff.
It's the worst.
But again, I didn't pay enough attention to any of that for it to really make that much of a difference. But the story, everything else, I absolutely loved. It is my second favorite GTA behind Vice City. Vice City for me is still
Vice City is
the best GTA, hands down.
I just so want them to remake that one.
Yeah,
But yeah, after our last episode, I did go and find a Vita. Now I'm real particular with like condition, so I don't just want a used Vita. I want a very nice Vita. So I paid a little extra and I got a Vita and had it shipped to Garret, and he's been a mad scientist on it. I can't wait to get it. We're gonna play some golf.
There's a lot of golf games on there.
Yeah, we're gonna play some golf. You should join us, Dev.
Lots of sports games.
We all know I'm not. First of all, I don't have a Vita, and if I had a Vita,
You need to get one.
It's just a. It's
You
just
got
a nice
the Vita
showpiece.
TV. You have a Vita.
Yeah.
Do that.
That thing is
Use
awful.
that then.
That thing is awful.
No, that thing is wonderful.
I hate it.
Why do you hate it? You just don't like nice things,
The
I guess?
interface for
Well,
it
yeah, the
is
interface
like-
is-
and how
is
slow it
not
moves.
good.
Like,
Of course it's not.
just, I couldn't stand it.
But the
Look at
games,
him.
it doesn't matter. Are we really
Loving
talking
San
about
Andreas.
interface?
Games.
What about the games?
What games?
Hating on the Vita.
Vita
games?
games. Come on now.
What games? There's no video games that I've enjoyed.
That's so sad.
That's very sad.
Yeah,
The
it's not
Vita
for
had
me.
good.
It's not
You
for
got
me.
Persona 4
Uncharted,
Golden, Dev.
Golden Abyss,
See, you just made it worse.
Killzone?
Persona in the mix.
Killzone
Killzone.
Mercenary.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Gravity Rush.
good.
I'm good. Also, I'm good.
You can play all those PS1 games on it, all on the go.
No, thank you.
The show, Hot Shots Golf,
Bluetooth.
football, NCAA football.
You're not making a case here at all. You're actually actively
So
turning.
the
me
only
off
case that
even
you can
more.
make for Dev apparently is San Andreas and Destiny. If it doesn't have those
Yeah,
things,
Destiny on there.
which you can remote play.
No. Yeah, but no. I tried that. It was awful. I tried the remote. That was the main reason I actually got the PlayStation TV was for remote play, and it was awful.
That makes sense.
So
Yeah. Unless you
yeah,
hardwire it.
even hardwired, it was awful.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was terrible. But I'm just not a handheld portable gamer. It's just not my nature. It's just not my nature.
I can't wait for portable Little Big Planet. So
Yeah.
excited.
Now you got 3 of those in there.
So good. Mod Nation Racers, Dev.
No,
Damn
no,
game
these
is
are
so
no.
good.
God, no.
You call yourself a PlayStation guy. Listen to this.
Yeah, we all. But look, we've established that I do not like platformers. I do not like cutesy games. I'm not a kart gamer. It's just not my style at all. It's never been. I
What
played
is
all of that on the Nintendo.
So
and
what
I'm
is
done with
now?
that.
What
So
would have done it for you?
me? Metal Gear. That is my thing.
Oh, yeah.
So that is
the
one
HD
PS1 game
collections
that I play.
on Vita is amazing.
And we got Peace Walker, Portable Ops.
The problem is it's on Vita. I don't want to play that portable. I'm
So
going
it's
to
just
That's
the Vita.
weird.
We've
That's
gotten
It's
to
just,
the
it's just
bottom of
portable.
it.
I
just
don't.
wants
I've
to
already
hate
told
Don't
you
like
guys,
handheld.
I don't
Just wants to hate
like
Vita.
portable. I'm not a portable gamer. We agreed
Okay,
to that.
that's fine. That's fine.
Mine's red.
I want a real remaster of Metal
My
Gear.
Vita's red. My custom PlayStation 5 controller that's coming is red. My new Xbox controller is red. I'm gonna take a picture of all of my red controllers. It's gonna be awesome.
You know how I feel about red, so I'm with you on that because
So
all
good.
of my lights are red. Red is
So
great.
good.
It's my color of choice.
Man.
So we ready to get into some news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about some stuff.
Finally.
It's been a while. It's nice to just catch up and chat and talk some trash because it's fun.
It's good stuff.
Wow, I'm a 95-year-old man trapped in a late 30s body. I'm about to be
Wow.
40, so you might as well just say trapped in a 40-year-old body. And yes, I'm definitely an old man, and I'm okay with this. Get the fuck off my lawn. All right?
Your virtual lawn.
Damn Skippy. So I'm hearing all these rumors and talk about a Switch Pro.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yes, you are.
Donnie mentioned it. I've seen some CNET articles. Me and Garrett had a back and forth on Twitter
argument.
about how I don't care about your 720 nonsense. Get the hell out of here with that madness.
Hey, not just you, man. A lot of people are
Yeah,
kinda
that is
confused
kind of.
by it.
I think that's probably the popular opinion.
Yeah. See, me, I'm just talking trash messing with Garrett, but I understand why. A
Yeah.
720p OLED screen is going
it's
to
gonna
look gorgeous.
Glorious. It's going to be so damn good.
It's gonna be very nice.
Mario Golf on OLED? Oh,
God, Mario.
yes.
God,
So excited.
just
It's the year of dreams, Dev.
nice, bright
Year
screen.
of
OLED.
dreams. We're going to get
No.
like 8 Zelda games in Mario Golf and No More Heroes 3 and an OLED. Gosh.
This is Donnie's here.
you just put me to sleep here.
Year of dreams. You need to get some No More
just need to
Heroes in
sleep.
your life. All right, Mister.
I
You would
don't. I
like No
don't.
More Heroes.
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good.
seriously?
I've seen some of that. It just it doesn't interest me. Travis touchdown.
You can play on Luna.
see, he loves like martial arts, karate, samurai.
Yeah,
All of that
crazy
stuff.
different things. Yeah,
Yeah, he talks about Japan culture. That is No More Heroes, like the game. It's otaku.
Nothing about
It's-
No More Heroes
Oh.
has it just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't bring me. I'm just like,
have you played the game?
Just
Have you tried it?
I haven't. I haven't
not.
tried it, but everything that I've seen on it, it just doesn't. Nothing about it makes me say, "Oh yeah, I want to play this."
It's just
for
got to look
Maybe-
like Destiny.
Or
It's
Ghost.
not even about Destiny. Ghost. Yeah, that's yeah, there we go. Give me some.
Maybe it's
Ghost.
just ancient Japanese.
It's
culture.
more. Yeah, it's more of the.
Ah.
It's more of that. I
gotcha.
do like that period, the Edo period or whatever it's called. I like that period of Japanese culture. Like,
Okay.
yeah, that's
makes
good
sense.
stuff for me. But
But yes,
I'm glad you're excited. Switch
I'm
Pro.
so
I'm glad you're excited. Is the are the Nintendo faithful just like super like give it to us now? I'm ready for this upgrade.
No, not the
They don't-
Nintendo faithful.
no.
You
I
asked
am.
Rebecca, is like Switch Pro what? Like,
Yeah, Rebecca doesn't
If it has Breath of the Wild 2, sure, but
She
other than
only
that, I don't
cares
care.
if it has like a Zelda paint job.
Yeah,
Like if it doesn't come, stickered and decaled for Zelda, she doesn't care.
if you have a Switch
Wow.
Pro and then Breath of the Wild themed OG Switch, 100%
Yeah.
they'll order the Zelda.
Order.
OG
She didn't have to
Switch.
order anything.
No, that's true. It basically given to her,
Guess what? She's getting both.
pretty much.
Maybe multiples of each. She might get us
That's
one.
crazy.
Giveaways.
We didn't even think about that.
That's
Let's
true.
see if we can get one too.
Yeah, hook us up.
So they're really more excited. People are more excited about like getting a Zelda theme than having a more powerful Switch
People-
that can run their games better and stuff.
People
Like,
is
that's the
hard
thing.
to explain. I think like the Nintendo enthusiast people, like the people that really are going to buy all the games, play the games, I do think they're excited. Switch Pro is a hot term on socials. It's like all the creators and influencers are talking. They all made videos after the Bloomberg report came out. It's like, it's a thing. People are excited for a better Switch. People are ready for something better, myself included. Garrett, both of us included. We've been on Shaq about this all year long. We want better Switches.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that might get me to play a Switch. Something because like Minecraft Dungeons with my kids, it just
Dungeon's good.
oh my god, it runs horrible on the Switch.
Was it
I couldn't
chugging
play
on the
Really?
Switch?
It chugs so bad.
I got it on Switch and it was 30. I only played the first level, but the first level was fun.
Oh my god! I was like, I can't play this. I had to turn it off. I was
Wow.
like, you guys can play it. I'm gonna go because the frame rate, the way
It is capped at
ran,
30. It's 30.
it just ran horrible. And I was playing on the TV, which made it even worse.
And
I
that's
was
the
like, oh.
problem is that that's my thing, right? So so the report that came out is that they've ordered LED screens from Samsung. Now, these are the rigid LED screens that are cheap. They're super cheap and they're apparently plentiful. And that screams to Nintendo. We want an upgraded thing that's no longer the hotness that we can buy on the cheap. So it looks like that's what they're doing. And they are ordering 1 million a month starting in June. That's the other little tidbit that came out. So starting in June, you can expect, or I guess starting in July, you can expect production of this
In
model.
production of the units, yeah.
Yeah. So the 4K thing is interesting because we've been tracking this for a while now because there was a data mine that was speaking to a potential second chip possibly being in the dock. And I tried to break it down as best I could, as much as I can understand any of this architecture jargon. The hot rumor for this has always been DLSS. That the Switch, because it's NVIDIA, would bring DLSS to the Switch and allow it to up-res and get a performance boost out of games that it can run natively. This is a really big deal for a tablet. If they can do that and they can have the Nintendo Switch punching above its weight considerably, That makes it a very competitive, competing offer, I think, in comparison to the consoles, right? Because so many other times the Switch is, it's a Switch, but it's not the console. And it doesn't have to be 4K 120 to be it, but if it can play 4K, even if it's upscaled 4K, and if it looks good, that's very compelling considering its exclusive library and its current sales momentum. Like, you could imagine more third parties wanting to support that because that is a profitable business that they've got going on over there. But the trade-off there is, as I understand it, I could be just completely wrong because I haven't read the smart person that said it yet. They cannot do DLSS like 2.0 without upgrading the Switch's chip. Like the SoC, the chip, the GPU, like it all has to be upgraded. They got to cast a new one, which does, I don't think it'll be an issue, but it does at least count. It at least makes you start considering backwards compatibility, forwards compatibility, those types of things. And then Nate the Hate has a podcast. He's really been kind of spearheading a lot of this for the last 6 months. He came out and said that the new Switch will have some exclusive games.
Yeah.
And that has scared a lot of people. People don't want to hear that.
It's like, oh no.
Oh no.
New 3DS all over again.
They can complain all they want, but I mean, Nintendo people just buy it anyway, right? Like, in the long run?
I think for many, most will, but here's the thing. The Nintendo games from Nintendo don't need that extra power. Like, they look great as it is right now, so I cannot imagine, this will be my famous last words, I can't imagine that Nintendo would make Nintendo exclusive games for the new model. I can't imagine that they would leave their 80 million units behind at this point. Like, there's really no precedence for that. They've done exclusive games before. A lot of people would point you to 3DS. When we got the new 3DS, Xenoblade Chronicles was exclusive to the new model. And that's because it was a gigantic port of a giant open world console game to a 3DS that was 1/10 the power of your phone. I feel like that actually makes some sense. It's like, well, the old model probably couldn't run it. Insider knowledge, the new model couldn't run it either.
It was such garbage, man.
It also wasn't good. So I don't think that the Switch is in that ballpark, right? The Switch can run Skyward Sword and Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild 2, and it will be fine for all of those games, Mario games, Mario Golf. So, but I do think his notion that there might be exclusive games to the new one, that actually didn't catch me off guard as much, because I'm thinking like Madden or Call of Duty Warzone or something. Like, maybe there's a third-party port that just can't run on the Switch's old processor and configuration, but with this new Switch Pro model with DLS enabled, they can get it to a respectable level, and that they would bring it just for that model. And it is gonna, if that's true, it's gonna muddy up the eShop, and the watch is gonna get a little weird. Yeah. But I don't know what to do. Like, I would rather have the games available for those that want to buy the model that can run it than not have them at all.
Makes sense.
I could see, as you said, like the new, more demanding third-party titles being exclusive to this Switch Pro. And
like, maybe Control or Hitman can run on the new one.
Yeah.
But you have to stream it on the old one, right?
Yeah, you have like a cloud experience. Yeah, that's true. But like, as Donnie said, people who are into Nintendo games, I don't see any major first-party Nintendo game hopping off right now. And they also have the Lite model too. And they can't alienate that audience as well.
That's the Pokemon audience.
That is the Pokemon audience for sure. But I think I could speak for everyone having an OG Switch. I have like my launch Switch still. The battery is a hog now. I'm playing Bravely Default 2. I'm going down 50% after an hour of gameplay. Like, it's getting really bad. And like, I could tell performance is just chugging on this. It's a major third-party Switch exclusive, right? And so they definitely need just a model that's a little bit better, longer battery life. Even if it's not 4K, I would at least just something a little bit beefier so I can just get through these games.
See, my thing is
smoother.
Is what Dev said. Really the only thing that I really want out of it is a boost in performance. Faster load times, stable frame rates, better frame rates.
Yeah, better frame rates.
I would love to start seeing 60 frames on some I won't even be nice. Let's say on some Switch games, but I would
On
like to
some
say
games,
the
yeah.
majority.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to, like, if I buy a Switch Pro or Plus or whatever they're going to call it, I would really love to be able to play Breath of the Wild at full resolution at 60 frames a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the
glorious.
benchmark for me. I'm not asking for 4K 120. I realize that's not what it's there for. Even if they have
Right.
DLS, the only thing I'm looking from DLS is to get me to 1080p 60. I want a performance mode. I don't want
That's
4K.
what I was thinking,
I'll,
yeah.
All the
I'll
performance
tone it down,
modes, man. Yeah.
and bring it back down to 1080 and boost my frames for me, please.
But
Because some of these games chug and they are hard to play.
right, and you can see actually. I remember Rebecca mentioning this on Shaq that she put the Switch to her like main TV in her house, and it was like a 4K TV, and it's like she even herself said I could definitely tell the difference between a much bigger screen and rendering for 4K. A lot of people now have 4K TVs as their main
Yep.
TV
Super
display.
cheap.
It's
Yep.
very cheap now, so it makes sense that this Switch Pro. I mean, it's not probably going to be all 4K all the time, but at least like it could be capable on some of the major popular titles.
I'm thinking it'd be a 1440p upscale.
Yeah, that's totally fine too. Yeah,
Yep.
excited.
And it may not even, it probably won't even reach, like, what is it, 2160?
Yeah, it's 21.
It'll probably be like 1900 or something.
Yeah, it would be variable refresh rate or variable resolution or something.
Yeah, but like maybe Doom Eternal could,
will look
pretty
okay.
good. Like maybe Resident Evil 7 or Village could come to Switch at some point especially if they're doing a new chip. So here's the cool thing about the LED is that not only will it look better, because the OLED will look a lot better. It's going to be crisper and darker. It's going to be a little, the contrast is going to be more vibrant. So it's going to look better just by swapping out the screen. I have complained about the Switch screen since the day we got it.
Yes.
It has like this Vaseline effect on everything. It's
It has
always
a glare and
It does.
kind of
It's
filter.
not
I don't
great.
know.
But we deal with it because the Switch is so awesome. But the OLED's gonna be great, but it also draws less battery, which I didn't know that. So if they're drawing less battery from that and an efficient chip, like if they just bump it up a little bit with DLS, you're talking about an actual significant boost, not like Switch new generation boost, but like
It's a serious overhaul,
like an Xbox One X boost, like a significantly better version of the hardware, which could extend the life cycle of the generation. Actually,
it definitely would. It would
Switch
definitely
Pro
extend it.
could be around for a good solid 3, 4, maybe 5 years before they come out with the new Switch. If it's if that's it, if that is the boost.
Yeah. Y'all almost got me excited. Almost.
I'm so excited.
Very
Now,
excited.
okay, you want to make I will give you the other alternative though, Dev. Everybody says it's DLSS. It's not confirmed, but all the folks so far that have been right, they say it's DLSS. NVIDIA also has other upscaling technology that's not DLSS. And that's why I was kept on Shaq. I don't think I made a very good point of this because we had 4 people and I was trying to be quick about it. That's why I kept talking about needing a new chip, like an enhanced Tegra, something custom, because to do DLSS, it needs a new chip. But they don't need a new chip to upscale an image, right? And especially like if you're looking at an upscaler, like an AI upscaler running through the dock, like the Shield TV has an upscaler that will upscale images, and you can go on YouTube and you can look at it. They actually have dev tools on the NVIDIA Shield TV that lets you like pull the cursor back and forth so you can see the difference. And it's a significant difference. It's not DLSS, but it's a significant difference. And part of me, until like all these insiders came out and said it's DLSS, part of me wanted to keep telling like that makes sense from my standpoint from Nintendo. And it's not going to get you to 4K, but it'll get you, it'll take a 900p picture and make it look, like HD. Like it'll clean it up a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think NVIDIA Shield though uses it for gaming. I think it's just used for video content. But I just think there's a chance, until we know for sure, there's a chance to exist that it's not DLSS and it's not DLSS 2.0, and maybe it's like some other, because they have a lot of these AI algorithms that are doing stuff at a cheaper level. Because there's a part of me that still wants to say, like, I just don't know if that's what Nintendo's going to do. New chip, DLSS, like that doesn't sound Nintendo.
The new chip is really,
like
where
I'm not ready
doubtful.
to to just buy in and jump in on that boat yet, because that just doesn't seem like what they're doing, like how they operate.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't even.
It'll be.
I don't even think they're going to use the new chip. Like the data mine has the old chip, the current
Yeah.
chip.
I can't
the
imagine
data mine
overclocked.
has that there.
Yeah.
So unless they're customing something that we didn't know could exist, before they announce it, like it's hard to believe that it's DLSS 2.0 with tensor cores and all that. Like, I feel like that's a stretch.
It might not be
I was gonna say
2.0.
that feels like a serious stretch. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. It could be something custom though for
Could be.
Nintendo.
I imagine it's got to be custom. I
Yeah.
imagine they'd pay for something custom that would get them exactly what they're looking for instead of having to go all
At the right
way
price.
to the tensor cores exactly.
And without having to
Nintendo's on
change
Nintendo.
without having to change the chip. Like that's the thing is
Yep.
to move
Right.
away from the Tegra would bring in compatibility issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Nintendo's going to, like, that's where I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
And we also have a chip shortage right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the other thing.
And their response to that was that they have an oversupply of the chips, what they have. So,
Because they're using 6-year-old chips.
and they're still making money.
And they're making
left and
hand
right.
over fist on them. So yeah, like if NVIDIA can custom something using the chip or something in the chip family, that sounds like maybe that's where we're going. But like that data mine, it kind of goes, DLSS 2.0 goes against the data mine leak that we had. And that was really the only point that I wanted to bring up about the chip, is that the data mine link says we have the same chip and there's a chip in the dock. You can't have DLSS 2.0, as I understand it, running off a separate chip somewhere else. Like it needs to be on the SoC. Like that's how that stuff
That's
is
a little
implemented.
weird having two chips like that.
So if there's a chip on the dock, that's telling me it's not DLSS. It's some other kind of upscaler. It's this other thing that they're doing, which is cheaper, I would imagine. Or maybe that data mine is wrong, but I mean, that is in the Switch firmware. That's Nintendo code. That's what the Nintendo's code says. So I don't know. I don't know, but I'm eager to find out.
Me too.
Yeah. It'll definitely be fun to find out all the nitty gritty details and.
I was
have the internet
excited.
Explode.
Like June, July, I was like, oh man, it's going to come out this fall. Like
It's going to come out this year, probably, maybe.
I was watching Spawnwave and Nate this morning talk about it.
Yeah.
And we were like, no, it's not. It's going to be.
Oh, okay. It's
So
going to be not
before all
year.
this rumor came, before Bloomberg came out, I had been saying a long time that I expected the Switch Pro and Breath of the Wild to launch next March. It'd
That
be like
makes
the
sense.
anniversary of Breath of the Wild. Here's a new system. Here's a new Zelda. Go forth, spend money. And then all this Bloomberg stuff came out, and on our show, I was like, maybe it's out in September. Like that'd be so awesome. And then they basically just crushed that optimism. They're like, no.
They're like, there's no way.
Because they were
Or-
saying, like, if they order 1 million screens a month and they order parts in June, they start producing actual consoles in July. That means that they have 1 million Switches to sell by August, and you're probably going to want 4 or 5 million before you go to market. So that puts you squarely in that November, December time. And I don't know, like, unless they have a game that we're not aware of, I just don't know if I buy them like launching a system like that, like around Pokemon. I feel like they'd wait for that.
You can't.
For a while.
And the Pokemon this year, as you saw, it's not like pushing the boundaries.
So if that's the timetable, that if they want to sell, if they want to have 4 or 5 million to go before they launch, March.
Yeah.
Like wait till March. Get
I
through the
feel
new
like March
year.
is definitely Nintendo era. It's where they want to get to. It makes
They're
more
not having
sense.
any problems selling the units that they got. So it's like they don't need a new one on store shelves. They don't need a new one for Pokemon. They don't need a new one for Skyward Sword. They don't need a new one for what we have coming this year. So wait, just a couple months.
Anniversaries and everything in March. Just make it happen then. It just makes sense.
Yeah. So that's where I'm back at now. I think the model and Zelda now come in March.
Can't wait.
Hopefully, Breath of the Wild 2 and a new Switch may get me back into the Nintendo land.
Oh man,
That would be
come to the
nice,
shack with
Dev.
us. We can play Zelda together, Dev.
And then Mario Golf.
Yes, all the Mario Golf.
this
So
Mario
much.
Golf.
We'll
Mario
still be
Golf.
playing Mario Golf,
I
probably.
just want to play Metroid. I want a Metroid.
2028.
Yeah, somewhere around there. On the Switch 4.
Never gonna get a goddamn Metroid game. It just makes me so sad.
What if they do like the Prime HD trilogy?
I'd be happy. I never played any of those games.
Keep saying that, man, but
Oh,
they just
Prime is
never
really
touch it. They never touch that franchise.
It's
Yeah.
so sad.
It doesn't sell.
It just doesn't sell.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It
It's
just
sad.
doesn't. Everybody goes, "Oh, I want Metroid," and then you look at the numbers and you're like, "Do you?
Are you sure?
Right.
Who are you? Who are these people?"
Right. It's so
Pikmin
crazy to me
sold
that it
more.
doesn't sell.
Like, it's nuts.
What was the last one they had? Was Metroid 2, right? They redid that. For, like,
the remake on 3DS, and it was really good.
Yeah,
I didn't
Samus
have a
Returns
3DS,
is really good.
so I
Dev, you
couldn't
should get
buy
a
it.
3DS.
Yeah, you
I'm
should.
not buying a 3DS for
Yeah,
one.
They're
I'll-
so cheap.
I'll give you Metroid
Oh, you can get Metroid Federation Force, and you can get
and
Blast
Federation
Ball.
Force. Yeah, all the GBA
Super Metroid. You can play that on
DS
there.
games.
I have all those. I still have my Game Boy Advance with all the Metroid games.
But is it just a regular Game Boy Advance, not this lit up
No, it's the
screen
SP.
mod?
It's the SP.
SP's nice.
I love my SP.
I have
Rebecca
my
says
SP
do it,
still.
Dave.
I got it engraved on the
We'll
back
see,
and
Rebecca.
it still
We'll
works.
Rebecca, get him a DS. Put a DS on your Amazon wish list. 3DS or 2DS. 2DS
New
XL.
2DS XL, yeah.
Let's get Dev a Samus Returns. It's really. I really wish they would port that to Switch because that remake was stellar. It was great playing that game.
Surprising too from
Yeah.
Mercury's team.
I
want,
have
like,
a lot of memories of
redo
playing
Super Metroid
2
just
on
like
the
that,
regular
too.
Game Boy.
Like all
Yeah.
HD'd and everything like that. Oh man, it was really good.
Yeah, man. Super Metroid is always in my top 5 games of all time. So I'm
Dang.
always here for that.
I would love to see them
Super
do
Metroid is one of my favorites.
Super Metroid just like they did Samus Returns. Do them both.
Can we do that to Link of the Past too?
Yeah.
Well, they did that.
I'll be
It's called
down.
Link Between Worlds.
Yeah,
No,
on 3DS.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't want that Link Between Worlds nonsense.
And
I
it's
don't
really
like
good.
It's
No.
basically the same thing, man. It really is.
that. Get rid of the Between Worlds part, and I'm sold.
That's Link to the Past though. It's two worlds.
That is
I
the
don't
thing.
want that fall into the world. I just want Link to the Past without anything
The
additional added
hills
to
that
it
this
other
man
than a
decides to
remaster.
die on make no damn sense.
It's like
I'm
two
okay with
games
it.
from the
This
90s.
is the eternal frustration that I have.
Look,
Devin.
I know what I want. I don't need to bend or break. This is what I want. I'm okay with that. I'm not here for you. I'm here for me. What I want. I am not a man of the people.
Rebecca says that she thinks the old ones look better than the new ones. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but remember, like, if you brought Samus Returns to the Switch, what it would look like in HD on a TV versus the Super Nintendo versions. You can have both. There's the reason. There's value
Flip
to have
them with
both.
one button.
Get both, yeah. Yeah,
That'd be
go
great.
old school and new school, like Halo and stuff. That'd be awesome.
Yep. I'm with that. I'm for that.
I actually
Yeah.
did hack my 3DS and I grabbed Dragon Quest 11, the Japanese version, and that one you flip 2D and 3D as well. It's pretty dope. I like those types of things, and when developers do that.
I'm gonna play
Those are
Diablo
always
with
cool.
old graphics.
Oh, that'd be cool. Diablo 2.
Yeah.
You don't like Diablo, Dev?
I like Diablo 3 and
Yeah.
It's
Diablo
just
1. I never
yin-
played Diablo 2.
Yin and yang.
I never played Diablo 2.
Tomato.
Yeah, that's what we do. Moving along, so I see you threw the PS5 SSD expansion in here, Donnie.
Yeah.
I saw talk, but I didn't see anything official, so I didn't really look into it
I don't know
very
anything.
much. I saw that they were talking about adding the expansion or turning it on once they have enough information about the fans to make them run better, to not have the SSDs overheat, which I totally understand, because if you have ever played with an M2, they get really hot, which is why a
they
lot of
do.
them have heat sinks or heat sink covers, because those things warm up real quick, and if they don't have adequate airflow, they're going to die. So that was the only thing that I saw, but it didn't look like it was coming from any official site, so I just kind of glossed over it.
This comes exactly from the same source that the Switch Pro comes, and Takashi Mochizuki, which I take his word. Like, he's been.
Oh, he's the Bloomberg guy, right?
You remember? Yeah, he is the Bloomberg guy. You remember, like, when everybody yelled at him when he said that PlayStation 5s are having yield issues? Like, the collective PlayStation fans on Twitter talked about how he doesn't know anything. And you fast forward 6 months, and everybody's like, yeah, that's probably
kinda
true.
right.
There's no PlayStation 5s to buy. All right, so he says that the update is coming this summer to allow for the new SSDs. And let's hear it. Adding support for the additional drives will be enabled with a firmware update that also unlocks higher cooling fan speeds to ensure the console doesn't heat. Comes from a source who asked not to be named because the plans are not public yet. So I just thought this is definitely like Game Tech material.
Definitely.
For two things. One, what SSDs do we get? Because I'd like to
that's
start
a very good
hawking for a deal on one now. And then two, I have not heard my PlayStation 5, which I very much enjoy about it, but like them boosting the fan speeds,
You're gonna hear it.
I just have my horror stories from the last console. So like
Oh my gosh.
when this news came out, everything I kept seeing on Twitter was like, "Yay, it's coming!" And I was like, "Nobody cares about the fans." I hope we don't hear. I hope the new fan and the new cooling is just like that's a thing dead in the past. I hope we don't start getting back to where we were.
Yeah, I feel like with the size of the fan, even if it moves faster, it still has the potential to still be very quiet. Just the way they've set it all up. So we'll see. As far as what SSDs, it's hard to say. Like they haven't really announced enough. I don't even know if that's a PCIe 4 slot in there. I imagine because they said nothing was on the market for it, that I imagine it's got to be PCIe Gen 4. And those drives are still expensive, and there's not a ton of them yet.
Yeah,
so it's hard
they're
to
the latest
say.
ones for sure. I remember the tech presentation they had with PS5. They had to have a minimum speed of 5,500 megabytes per second.
People put the SD sticks in there, so I think people have already put them in the slot. Like they can tell you what the port is.
Well,
right?
It depends on the speed as well.
Yeah, it's not about the slot. The slot is just an M2 slot, so it'll fit it'll fit anything that's on the market right now for the most part.
Any M2 slot capable.
I thought the thing we were looking for is it had to be a Gen 4 SSD. I thought that was the criteria.
That's
that
speculation.
Speculation.
Oh,
because them saying that nothing on the market was was fast enough for what they have in there. We were waiting for PCIe
It was a year
Gen
ago.
4.
Yeah.
Because I
that was
bookmarked
speculation.
the WD Black one from I think it was either Tom Warren or Wario who said this one should work when they open it up.
I don't know. Well, is it 4.0 or 3.0? Because 3.0
Gen
is
4.
It's Gen 4, so yeah, that's theoretically, but still, I think Sony's going to have to approve certain brands of PCI 4. It's not going to be, all 4.0 speeds are perfect.
And we think the WD Black would be one of the first ones. I mean, that's like
that's a
the
popular
gaming
brand
leader, right?
That's Seagate,
That and the Samsung.
and Samsung. Yeah,
Okay.
those are the three.
Because I put an alert on those, and I think the cheapest I've seen so far is still like $199.
No, that makes sense
So
for a 1 terabyte or 2.
one.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
I really want a 2. And they're like $399.
Yeah, they're
like,
$400
there's
bucks.
but I really want a 2. You guys know me. I really was like, I just put a 2 terabyte in here and set it and forget it. But with as little as I play it, or as little of the games that I plan to have on it, like I probably could buy with one for a long time.
That's what I was going to say. I think you'd be fine with one.
I think so,
But
too.
then the question is, do you really want to go back and then switch? And then it's like, so with just, I want more than just the PCIe slot turned on. I want them to also enable us to store stuff on a traditional SSD external, because storage is really expensive.
Right.
So I don't want to have to go out and feel like I need to buy a 2 terabyte, internal to boost it. Can I please just have a storage drive where I store my games, just like the Xbox, and move things back and forth if I want?
And switch them around.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, you can't do that on the PS5. You cannot store PS5 games on an SSD.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I moved all of my PS4 and everything off to an external.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my PS4 games are on external, and they run fine. It's on an external SSD.
It's crazy.
They run great.
Because leading into this, both companies told us, like, we've got these new SSDs, the state of the art. You can't do anything else. Here's the crazy thing, Dev. A lot of the Series X enhanced games run off an external SSD. Not all of them,
kinda
but the
crazy.
majority of them do. Like I have moved a bunch back and forth to the test. I would dare to say at least 30-40% run off the external. Just fine.
That's kind of crazy.
They're still like enhanced and everything. When you load up the drive, they're Xbox enhanced, game smart delivery, all that stuff. You don't lose any performance. But I do have like that, that, what was it? The Digital Foundry recommended external SSD.
It's a SATA, and what's the
SATA
speed on that? That's
fast. I got the special cord to do that.
It could be 2,000 or
So I think that
like
might be a little weird thing for me.
You got the Western Digital Blue Drive. It's nothing special. It's a regular SSD.
It was as fast in the Digital Foundry comparison. It was as fast as the internal.
Deb, what's the speed on that?
I do. I have the box somewhere. I don't know offhand, but it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's just it's a blue drive, so it's not like the black speeds. Or
It's like
anything.
1,000 or below, then, right? Megabytes per.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
we're not
It's
getting
just-
much
it's a
improvement
regular-
then with our 5,500 or whatever speeds
Really?
that they're doing inside there. Yeah, that's the 4.0 is 7,000 right now, and that's over the requirement for Sony.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, but it
Theoretically,
They
it
touted
should
all
be
the speed.
possible.
It's-
They should be
Yeah.
able to let you put your PS5 games and actually let you play them from the external. Most of them, I would imagine, unless they're doing something specifically with the game design, that would hinder that. But I don't think mini games, at least now, are.
nothing right now.
Yeah.
Only one that I can imagine that is going to really need to be on the SSD is probably going to be Ratchet, just because of the way the portals work. But right now, I can't imagine any game that's actually out for PlayStation requiring being on the internal drive. I feel like everything else could run off an external SSD.
Yeah.
Your loads may be a little bit slower, but
that's it.
That's it. I mean, USB 3.0 with an SSD running at 1,000 is fine. It's a huge improvement over just the regular spinning drive that's in the PS4 now.
Yeah.
Like, that is such a tremendous jump. The load times on that are just astronomically different compared to just the spinning drive. Like, playing games with my friends when we're crossplay, and me and one dude are on the PS5, and we're just waiting forever for the one dude that's on the PS4 who has his stuff on just a regular internal. It's hilarious because we'll be in game like way down the road, and he's still just loading in. It's hilarious. So just the speed increase from being able to be on an SSD external is a massive leap from the internal drive. So yeah, let us put the dang things on the externals and not have to wait for this internal M2 for you guys to turn on.
I wonder why they don't advertise that as much. Maybe it's a USB interface and they're just hesitant that it's just not all games are going to do this.
That's the thing that I remember from the Digital Foundry. The reason I bought the Digital Foundry one was they tested, there's the video. You can go look at it. They have a whole video. They tested like 5 different ones with the internal and the expansion card. And the SATA external SSD through USB was like a half a second behind internal SSD. It was right there. It's like the same. And I was like, just let us use these then.
I don't know.
So much cheaper. I got that and the stupid little cord it needed for like $100.
I think it's like one of those your mileage may vary type things. They can't guarantee it, so they have to go with what they can guarantee versus what does
and what
work,
software they could support too with the internal and the expansion
I
card.
imagine it's so close. I don't know.
For
Maybe
Microsoft, yes. Sony, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. The Sony internal SSD is like twice as fast. So yeah,
and nothing's
you're
using it.
The external SSD, the external SSD on the Xbox, it is probably right there, the same speed as the one that's on the inside.
But hopefully, this leak is true, and we get all this stuff turned on in the summer. Summertime could be a very fun, exciting time for us gamers.
So I'm going to buy an
mired in
expansion and
Final
still
Fantasy.
not have anything to put on it.
Yeah, because you refuse to play Final Fantasy VII.
I'm
Remake.
not playing that. Poof.
Yeah, that's how I feel about your golf. Yeah, what a joke.
How would you feel that about golf? It's Mario
Easy.
Golf, man.
How do you feel that way about Final Fantasy VII? It's the greatest game of our
But
generation.
here's the thing. But you make fun of Garrett for Bravely, but you're talking about Final Fantasy VII.
Absolutely.
Same game.
Freaking no, we're not dealing with high school nonsense.
I mean, classic
Same
Final
game.
Fantasy VII.
Same game.
classic Final Fantasy VII, yeah, but this remake,
It's good.
glorious.
It's good.
No, I dug my heels on Final Fantasy VII just 25 years ago. I'm so tired of hearing about Final Fantasy VII. I've been hearing about this damn game.
I think a lot of people.
The PlayStation 2. Everybody just Final Fantasy VII over and over and over and over.
PlayStation
again.
1.
It's enough, man. Yeah, you're right. One, because it had multiple discs. Yeah, you're right.
One.
Jesus.
It was PS1,
Just
and
so
then we
much.
didn't hear about it again. Until
I've been
that
hearing about it
PS3
longer
tech
than I
demo.
thought. Longer than I thought. It's the worst.
That's how I feel about golf.
God, play another game.
You play another game. Stop playing golf.
Mario Golf. The new one.
And I'm out of here.
So I wanted to buy an SSD expansion before they announced it because I'm afraid that once they announce it, everything just goes up.
It's not. I don't think so. Just because a lot of
Everybody's gonna
PC.
buy them.
Well, everyone's buying
No.
them anyways. Really, like with PC
Yeah.
players.
I think
When
you'll
I
be
say
fine,
everyone,
Donnie. I don't
there's
think
only
you-
like 2 million of us that have PlayStation 5s.
That's true.
Yeah, people are buying them for their AMD builds because Intel doesn't even support it quite yet. Like they're
Intel's so
11th gen.
weird.
Intel is so behind.
So you don't think like
But-
they won't get boosted in price?
No.
I don't think so.
These
no. I
prices
don't
are
think you
very
have to worry
marked
about
up already. They're premium products. Think of like the expansion cards with Microsoft, right? Like, I mean, it's the people who bought them are going to buy them. I don't think it's going to be a huge demand.
it. Yeah. Plus, just the expense of them. I think that's already going to turn a lot of people off.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
like-
you're going to be having too many people who are just outside of, like, for example,
Those Xbox cards are hard to
journalists.
come by for a bit.
For a little bit, yeah.
yeah.
But
I don't
it-
think. But again, that was a brand new product. This is not a brand new product. It's a product that already exists. So you already have these on the market.
And it's not
Once
one
they turn it
product.
on,
It's like
Yeah, that's
true.
7 different products
That's
or
true.
something like that.
So I don't think you're gonna have all of a sudden it's turned on for the PlayStation, and the few of us that actually have them are like, oh my god, we got to go out and buy these.
They're not
these
going to be
products.
Vita memory cards.
Yeah, it's not going to be that. And I mean,
blasphemous.
unless you're a journalist who's constantly buying a bunch of games and putting them on there, I just don't think you're running out of storage as badly as people say you are. I've got like 11
Oh, I'm
12
not.
games on
Yeah,
my
no,
PS5, and I still have space.
I'm the same.
Like-
I've got like half.
It's not, most games are like 30 to 60 gigabytes. Like people were worried about, unless it's Call of Duty, which is still only a little bit over 100. Most games aren't taking
Yeah, no,
up
that's-
as much storage space at all as people thought they were. Like they actually got these, like the games down. Like Destiny is like 60 gigs. It
Say,
used
at
to
this
be
point, I've got-
130.
I've got
pretty good.
Deathloop, Ratchet, and Kena, and that's all that I'm actually sure of. Like I think for the rest of the year.
Maybe Returnal.
I don't,
No,
he's not getting Returnal.
I looked it up and it was like the newest roguelite. No,
You saw
Nope,
Roguelite.
I'm out. The
done.
moment I saw that, it was like it's a rogue procedurally. Oh no, it looks cool.
It
From
does
what
look
it looks
cool.
like, I was like, oh, this the last trailer. I was like, maybe I will get it, and then I looked
you
into it. I was
won't.
like, no, I won't.
I'm excited for it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play
$70
it.
still stings though.
It does. It does.
I got Deathloop at Walmart for $49.99 on a deal, and I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and buy that now.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and buy that now before they catch wind and jack the price of $20.
Yeah, Walmart does a good job of dropping prices on stuff.
On day one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
dropped
and
it.
that was-
They're just trying to move stuff.
I think it's a new thing that maybe they're not promoting, but I remember it said it was a day one pre-order price. So it's like you
Interesting.
could pre-order for what they would release it for day one. It might be that I'm a card member or something. I don't know. But I saw it and I just snatched it up because the 70
Have you put a
still kind of stings.
Have you put a disc in your PS4 or your PS5 yet? Because that's where you're going to hear the noise.
I have, and mine didn't do that.
Okay.
But I
Like-
don't know if it's like is it a PlayStation 5 disc that does it? Like, is it a
So-
PlayStation 4? I imagine the drive wind would be anything that you put in there, right? Any Blu-ray?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Blu-ray, DVD.
I had
Like it wouldn't change
Call of Duty.
game
Cold
to
War.
game
Cold
or
War was
anything
in
like
there.
Yeah.
I wasn't even playing the game. It wasn't installing, but every now and again it just spins up and it's loud. Same with
I
like,
heard
Borderlands 4.
Justin's,
I
man.
don't know why.
Dude,
Was
if
it
I got
bad?
Justin's, Justin's is bad. He had a video of it, and it was just like, "Wing," I would send it back. Like if that was mine, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, absolutely not.
Mine was.
Send me
I
another
think a
one.
part of it is also where he has his located. Like the fact
Oh.
that it's in that enclosure,
That
you're
cubby.
also just you're bouncing sound off that, so it's gonna make it that much louder.
Is it a horizontal vertical thing?
I don't think so. It's just the disc spins up and it spins really fast and it just makes noise. And again, it's weird because the only time the disc is supposed to spin is when it's reading for the license. Like there's no
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
They don't run off. It's installed. It
Or
just spins for
installing the
license and
disc,
that's it.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. But
Okay.
Call of Duty was already installed and then it just started up for no reason. So I
What
was
did I
wondering if you
have?
had put it in a disc in to see what
I
was
put a
going on
disc
with that.
in not that long ago. I think it's still in there. That's why I keep looking. I can't remember what it is, but I did put a disc in, and because I just wanted to see if I had the coil line, and it was quiet. I didn't notice anything.
Cool. My Series X had that noise initially, like day one. I put in Yakuza, I think, or something like that, and it was
Yeah, I'd send it
running,
back.
but it was fine after day one. It was fine after day one. It's all
Yeah,
quiet
You're gonna
now.
have this thing for years. It's not a. You can't go with that type of.
It's fine now.
Donnie does not play that. But I never had the coil wine. I just had the.
Dude, Justin's was something. And you remember because like he would put something on top of it and it would stop. But the moment he took it off, it was.
Sound like a launch PS4.
Oof!
It's like a jet engine ready to go.
Ooh, those things. The launch PS4, the white PS4.
I still have it.
God, I still have. I have my launch PS4 Pro. I've got the white PS4 Pro, my launch PS4, and they're just loud. And it's just like this is nonsense.
I played God of War on my launch PS4. Oh goodness!
We've got Chris Anderson in the chat.
I was on a flight.
Yeah, Horizon 2 is coming to PS4, so yeah, that's a thing. Mm-hmm. But it's not. It's not
going to be 60 frames though.
I'm still not sure. I'm not sure it's this year.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's not.
I played Horizon 1 on PS4 Pro. I was like, yeah, I need a better experience than this.
I'm not sure it's even out this year. I think people are taking it for granted.
Yeah,
they're taking that hard, and I'm like,
they're not saying anything.
I'm not holding my breath. I mean, Jim Ryan was like, "It's on track. It's doing well." I'm not holding my breath.
No, I'd be real hesitant. Prove it.
Yeah.
Their holiday game's gonna be Call of Duty.
I feel for folks that are like, it's definite, and for the same reason, like I feel way more confident that Halo's gonna make it, but I'm still not certain. I'm still
we don't know Halo, man.
I don't know.
It just got in limbo.
But I feel real. Yeah. I feel real hesitant. I just get a little cringe every time somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it." And Horizon 2 is this year. I'm like,
yeah. You sure about
Horizon 2
you need
might
to be looking
March.
at what you want to play right now. Let's not even look to the future. Like, what do you want to play right now? Let's base your decisions on
kind of across the board, man. Actually this morning I bought Firewatch on Xbox.
Interesting.
Because I bought it on PlayStation when I played it the first time.
Yeah.
I went into the store and I clicked on new games and I just scrolled for like minutes. And I was like, I don't know. What are we going to play on any of this until like August?
Yeah,
that's true.
Everything is just off. It's like I got Resident Evil and like that's it. It's like, and that's in May. You know, it's like Resident Evil, Ratchet,
I'm trying to think,
Deathloop at some point, or May, right? Mm-hmm. And then like August, like it's just really, really light this year.
Yep.
And maybe they'll push everything into that back half, but that's the part that scares me. Is like, is everything going to get pushed into that fall window? Because if it is, then expect some other stuff to move out of it, because they're not all going to push it all in the same spot, right? So as more and more stuff gets pushed further and further back, I'm expecting the stuff that we're expecting to continue to move as well.
Yep. Donnie, you're not excited for Oddworld?
Oh God, please,
Garrett,
just stop.
I'm gonna get booted.
I'm sure Lauren Lanning's going to come after us. I don't think there's an outlet.
I don't think he
that
cares,
hates
man.
Oddworld nearly as much as ours.
Yeah,
and that's like, what's wrong with other outlets.
Yeah, this is the one place me and Donnie agree. This is something me and him both see eye to eye on.
Dude,
get rid
Oddworld.
of Oddworld. Jesus.
Why is it still here?
Why did they show it 5 times? And I still don't understand what the game
for
is.
For 7 minutes. It got like the Final Fantasy treatment. They just kept showing it over.
I don't understand.
It's just a creepy dude with other creepy dudes. I don't know what's going on.
I feel like it's still the same game that we played originally on the first PlayStation. It's the same flipping game. Like, get that out of here. We could be doing so much better.
Lauren Lanning's doing the long con then. It's the same game. He's still making money. Good for him.
Is he, though? And it's coming to PS Plus.
Know.
You wasted a PS Plus slot for that crap.
He crushed the Switch when it was released, talked about how awful it was. And
I remember that, actually.
Just destroyed it. And then when it took off, brought his Oddworld games. If I was Nintendo, I'd get this shit off my system. Okay? We don't want it in our stupid...
I bet Nintendo looked at us like, wait, what happened?
Right.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just done with Oddworld. I don't... And it's just like... It's envy on behalf of other games. You know, it's just like, why is Oddworld getting that spot?
I don't know.
Why aren't other developers getting that spot? Why is Oddworld in that position? Is it huge in Europe or something? Like, why?
Apparently it sells.
I think Jim Ryan likes Oddworld. I think that's the answer.
Maybe. Jim Ryan's like, that's my favorite series. You gotta put it in there.
It's the best game ever.
I mean, it's definitely got some history as being on like the original PS1, but other than that,
so does a lot of things.
We could do more.
We could do
better.
a lot better.
Show me more Kenna. Less Oddworld.
Yeah, more Kenna. Let's bring back some Twisted Metal Black or something.
Kenna looks.
Kenna's gonna
Looks
be
really
nice.
good. Looks really good.
Kenna gives me Beyond Good and Evil vibes.
Really?
That's an interesting
We
comparison.
have not seen eye to eye on this at all. I remember the first time we saw Kenna, and I think I told Devin at Zelda, and he was like, "What?" And like I think the Zelda vibes are clear. The Zelda
vibes
clear.
are there.
Does
Yeah.
it?
Absolutely.
See, here's the thing.
Zelda game.
Your Zelda is not my Zelda. That's the other thing. When I think Zelda, I'm top down. Link's.
Oh
Link's
yeah,
the
well
best.
nobody thinks
That's
anymore.
my
That's-
Zelda. I don't
Are you
know.
think?
This is
Are you
mine.
thinking
This is
Beyond
my
Good
thing.
and Evil in a sense of like Pixar related animations and like it looks fantastical?
The
or
animation looks stellar.
Yeah, that it just kind of reminds me of the time
Pixar
when I was
movie.
playing Beyond Good and Evil. Just the fact that it's a female
okay.
protagonist, she's kind of coming into herself and all of that. Like that.
I remember
what I'm
because
talking
I told you the first time we saw it, I said two things. I said Kubo and Zelda. It looks like a like Kubo, the animation, like the movie, and the Zelda game, like came together. That's exactly what that game looks like.
Yep. And I've never
I'm
watched
here for
Kubo, and I don't. That's not my Zelda. So
looks
that's
great.
why I didn't.
It looks
it didn't-
fantastic.
It
It's
didn't.
near the top.
Yeah, I'm
of
excited
my-
for it.
Near the top of my most wanted this year, like overall, it's up there with Mario Golf and stuff.
And I'm glad to be playing it on PlayStation.
I'll be playing on
You'll use it
PlayStation.
for something. You'll use.
I
you'll
should
be using
still
for
get it and
something.
play it on my Razer. Just
You should.
just
You
Epic
can
Game
connect it
Store.
to your ultrawide. It'd probably look pretty good.
I keep telling him that, and he refuses to do it. He's like, that's too many cables. It's a step too far.
It is
It's
too
just-
many cables.
it's one
not-
cord.
no,
It's one.
it's
That's
too
what I
much.
said. It's one cable. Like
It's
he
one
just refuses.
too many. It's one too far. Imagine what I do is I get my Razer Blade laptop and I set it down on a table in front of my PS5 and I lift it up and I start.
I want to see a video of that actually.
He would do that just to spite. me.
I just want to see you grab a PS5 controller
With my DualSense
no,
controller, like with the DualSense controller plugged into the laptop.
Oh, good stuff.
No man, I need the adjustable trigger whatever thingy with the bow.
Haptic feedback and
Combat
adjustable
looked
triggers.
great.
And it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited.
that's gonna feel good. I need him to update Horizon now, just so I can feel some tension in that bow. God,
That's
Wish they
true.
would update that.
That would be really nice.
Tomb Raider.
All right, let's move along. We've been stuck in PlayStation now long enough. So I'm only going to touch on this briefly because it's just stupid.
very
Nvidia and their
stupid.
crypto mining, like what the fuck? You guys are going to seriously release a crypto mining card? Like that's where we're at
I still don't
When we
understand
already
what
have
this
a
is or
shortage
why it's a thing and
of-
why people do this.
because it's free money.
Okay, so here's the laydown here, Donnie. There's a shortage in GPUs, right? The
What
30
the dark
series.
internet do you go to where you get all this
Hold on.
information?
It's not dark
It's not even
internet.
dark internet.
There's a resurgence, Donnie, in crypto mining. And what
Oh,
crypto
that's real
Elon Musk.
defensive.
in crypto mining, what they do is hog a lot of GPUs, like 30 or 40 GPUs at their household. And what they do is run these and validate these transactions. That's
What
actually happening.
transactions?
The cryptocurrency, the Dogecoin, the Ethereum mining, like
Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Okay.
Bitcoin. Do you know what these are? Cryptocurrency?
I mean, I've heard of like
So-
Dogecoin, but I don't really know what they are now.
Think of them as stock, only
Okay.
it's not like tethered or a stakehold in a business. It's just made up currency that you kind of just throw in.
Make believe.
It really
It
is
is.
make
It
believe.
really is.
Okay.
And they made it back in, what was it, 2011 or 12, something like that. It's been going up crazy. Like if you bought maybe like, I don't know, $5 worth of Bitcoin in 2010, you're probably in the thousands, if not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars right now with that. So it's going up like crazy. And so what people
And
do,
the reason it's going up is just that people want it. It's just demand.
and people keep buying it. Yeah.
And it's also there's a finite amount of it. Like there's only a certain
How
amount
is there
of Bitcoin
finite
that
amount
actually
of a
exists.
make believe thing?
because when it's make believe and you've made only this certain amount that can be mined for and found, it has like there's no more. Nobody's making more Bitcoin. It's really weird and convoluted.
Don't get this at all.
So it's a type of like digital.
It's a digital currency, and so what the mining
only
does
amount of it
is they're validating these transactions, and you only have a chance to validate this transaction, and that's why you get a lot more GPUs to have a higher chance to validate, and that's how you actually guarantee to make some money. You can get like 30 or 40 GPUs right now. You can run it through like throughout the year, and you'll probably make as much as you going to a job, like 60, 70,000. Yeah, that's why people are doing it. And so we have a shortage of GPUs. NVIDIA knows this, and their response now is like, well, we don't want our gamers or our core audience to have like this kind of shortage. So we're going to have to put this special line of GPUs that are dedicated to mining. Now, there's like a few drawbacks with that, right? One is you're guaranteeing and allocating resources to the crypto miners. Like you're probably limiting supplies on the GPU side no matter what. So it's kind of, it might separate
at least you're
it.
eliminating certain things instead of the entire card and all the components it takes to make it.
It's not the same product, but still you're down the line, you're kind of limiting supply. And then also these crypto mining GPUs, they're not, you can't really resell them. Normally crypto mining GPUs dedicated for that, you use them for like a couple years and then you resell them because they could be used for gaming and just be just fine. Like
they're just
whatever they are
for mining. You can't mine with them anymore, but they still work just fine for gaming and regular computing and everything like that. So that's why the used market was always so full of cards, because the crypto miners would use them up for their usability, then flood the market with them. So you had plenty of used graphics cards, but at this point now with the shortage, they're making this mining coin, you're just taking away resources from the people who actually want the graphics cards for what they're used for.
Exactly.
It's a pain in the ass. One Bitcoin right now is worth $48,000. So
Jesus.
That's exactly why people are mining for them. One Bitcoin, 48 grand. And that's down. It was up to, I believe, 57 like a month ago. So it goes up and down.
It's very volatile.
Elon Musk has bought a ton of Bitcoin. Like he's put a couple billion into Bitcoin. So it helps drive the stock up, or the price up, because it's not really a stock. It's just currency. So yeah, if you can get your hands on Bitcoin, like mining for it, you can have a pretty nice source of income. I know Nate has been mining. He said he's made about $300 worth in Bitcoin just in the off time when he's not using his computer for work. He'll have just the one card to mine, and he's made about $300 in the last month. And you can then use that Bitcoin, get you a Bitcoin wallet, and you can buy stuff with your little bit of Bitcoin here and there. There are certain retailers that will accept it because it's just trading.
Basically.
So.
Still don't understand it, but sure.
It just kind of sucks. And now they're limiting newer cards to
dorks,
the mining aspect as well.
Yeah, I love that you always want to call people dorks, but you're a coder. You're like the dirtiest dude ever. You're out here coding.
No,
you're a dork.
All right, so there's a new series on Netflix, the new true crime series on Netflix called like Murders by the Mormons or something like that.
Oh, I saw that.
Me and my wife want to watch.
Me and my wife are watching it. Those are the biggest dorks I have ever seen. I was watching 30 minutes of the episode. I was like, this is the dorkiest thing I have. They're selling these old transcripts from some guy that may have wrote it for $70,000 and blowing each other up and stuff over. I was like, this is next level. Like this, I have never seen somebody into something so niche and so remote as this.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Random.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I get the hypocrisy. Still, though. Dorks.
Hope we could just get these GPUs, man, and hopefully crypto miners don't have as much of an effect with them. And what really sucks is once you use these crypto mining specific GPUs, they're going to, I'm an environmental guy. You're not going to resell them.
There's
you're
no
gonna throw them away.
reuse. They just become more e-waste. So you're just making it. It's such a bad idea. And NVIDIA claims to care about that stuff, but if you really did, you wouldn't make these cards because you're just adding to e-waste. And these people buy these things by the boatload. So if you've got 30 of these cards that have this one-time use, and after a year, 2 years, you're just chucking them into a landfill. It's so
And
backwards.
e-waste, let me tell you, it's the most complicated way to dispose in recycle because it's just decorated metals onto silica plates. Like, it's going to be very hard to extract the rare metals out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's expensive.
Yep. Screw you,
I don't know how they fix this solution and what kind of responses they have, though.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what they shouldn't do: make a professional mining card. That's the
don't do that. Yeah, that's
don't do that.
it's just bad. I wonder how far this is going to go because they seem to do 20 different models all the time, like every year. So
yep. And this feels like Bitcoin is only just picking up more steam. Like after it had like that small crash, it feels like it's just picking up more.
It's
steam,
just coming back up.
Worse. Yeah. I'll never get a 3080 is basically what it boils down to.
Yeah, this year at least.
It's not gonna happen. Guess I'll buy a Switch Pro instead, right?
Get a Switch Pro. There
Now
we
we're
go.
talking. What do you need a 3080 for anyway? You got your PlayStation 5. What do you have in your current PlayStation? I mean, your current PC.
1080. A 1080 Ti.
1080 Ti as well.
Get like a 2070. 2080
No.
No, the price
They're
for
more
2070,
expensive.
Like, they're
Oh,
more
that's
expensive.
right.
It makes no sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Get a data
I
mined
want-
one. Give them $5 for one.
It wouldn't be $5. It's still
It's
gonna
still
be the price of a
it's still be
3080.
more expensive than a 3080.
Yeah,
Well, play your PlayStation
bad.
instead.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I've
I
been
mean, that's
doing. I've
exactly
just been
why
like,
we get the next gen consoles because we can't get these GPUs at all.
Wow.
Kind of sucks.
100%.
I didn't realize that's why they were so hard to come by.
Yeah.
They're worse than PS5, I think.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, 'cause
And AMD as well. AMD
They
is in
flash
the
in
same
and out
crash.
of carts. I had one through the Newegg thing that I could have gotten, but I just signed up just to see if I could.
Hey, yeah, Newegg does like a raffle thing. I
Yeah,
guess.
they did like the
Yeah.
raffle thing, and they sent you the email. Like, if you click the email, you can get in. I was like, yeah.
You could have got in for one of us, like, or you could have flipped it and made double.
You
your money.
could
We know
flip.
how much you love that.
So that's why I signed up for it. I was
So
potentially
then why
thinking
didn't you
of
just do
flipping
it? You
I
could have
just didn't.
flipped it,
I don't
and
know.
you-
It just,
now you'd be able to buy 7 Switch Pros.
yeah. I could have.
One for each Persona character.
Well, the thing is, I don't know anything about them because I've linked you guys to 38s and stuff. Every time I do, it seems like it's the wrong one or the wrong
It's
thing. Or
bundles.
it's just, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't buy it because I was like, oh, maybe I'm buying something that isn't the thing. I don't know.
No, it's just the bundles, and everybody here hates the bundles. We just want the thing.
I actually need a
I
new
have
power
enough-
supply if I need a
I
new
posted
GPU.
one, and you guys were like, "That's not the good one" or something, and I was like, "I don't." Okay, you guys say you want 3080. I have 3080 here to buy, but apparently it's not the right 3080. I need a different 3080.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. You've got like 30 different, aftermarket people who sell them. So you've got EVGA, you've got ASUS, you've got MSI,
Yeah, that's what you guys are telling me, that this one was busted or something.
probably like PNY or some nonsense. But there's just so many versions of it because you have
I
the
don't
Founders
like that,
Edition from
actually.
NVIDIA. Me either. I hate it. And
Like,
then
why
each-
diversify like that?
I just thought
Yeah,
it
and then
came
each
from
brand-
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA is the core. It's the
Mm-hmm.
actual whatever technology it is. Everything like the cooling, the casing of it. You could do like extra RGB screens on it, OLED screens on it if you
I
want.
see.
And you
they
can run different
overclock up the
speeds
chips and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So yeah, every manufacturer will have like their baseline, and they've got their overclocked, and then they've got that. Like they just
Liquid
you
cooling.
end up having you've got so many variations on it. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. I just want a Founders Edition card. That's all.
It looks
Make it
great.
simple.
It looks sleek.
Simple, but no luck.
No.
luck. But what I can buy right now is some light strips from Elgato because apparently they make everything. So this week, Elgato dropped 3 new products to go along with all the other Elgato crap that they have. So you've got RGB light strips, which Donnie loves. He's all about the RGB now. We've turned him into the RGB.
All the colors.
monster.
Everything that
All
I have
of
is
it.
colors. Switch colors, keyboards
So
colors,
proud of you.
desk mat has colors, Xbox has colors, TVs have
proud.
colors. Colors
Good.
I'm so
everywhere.
proud. So proud.
Wife
Well,
looks
yeah,
in,
they
she's like, it's
released
like a
these-
raven here. What the
Get the glow sticks. Let's go.
hell?
Party by yourself.
I mean,
Hey,
I'm with y'all. It's a
Hey,
party
if
with
it
y'all.
works.
You know what I'm saying?
if
All
you
my
got
internet
nobody to
friends, let's
party
go.
with, you might as well it's still
We should
better.
all have RGB like lights and screens and everything, and we'll just have our own virtual party. Just keep on going.
Hey,
Days of COVID,
PSVG virtual hot party. Let's go. RGB it all.
Let's do it.
RGB, everything.
Yep. So they've got their new little RGB strip. It's like a 6-foot RGB strip. It actually is really nice because there's like virtually no flickering in it. If you look at some of the other brands of RGB strips, especially if you're looking at them through like a stream, you can see a lot of the flickering. So these actually have a very, very, very low flicker rate, so you can't really see it. It's pretty much invisible to the human eye. Where a lot of the other cheaper ones, you can see a lot of the flickering. So they've got that. It's $60. It can be controlled with their Elgato software that you would use to control like your key lights, your ring lights, all that good stuff. They've also dropped some sound panels, which actually look really cool. So if you're into the aesthetic of tricking out your area with like
this.
what are those things called? Like that, yes. But most people will have like the little RGB panels or whatnot. So you can have the RGB panels with your Elgato sound panels and just create this really cool looking aesthetic if that's what you're into. And then also have good sound for your streams or podcasts or whatever to not get that echoey sound and just, add a little extra panache. And then last but not least,
paid on those. He was tweeting out about those sound panels.
Yeah.
It's like I see Troy.
Yeah, I mean, make that money. Got to secure the bag. You know what I'm saying? Secure the bag. And that man's voice is heavenly, so why not? Mm-hmm. And then they have a green screen mouse pad, which sounds ridiculous, but you'd be surprised how useful it is for people who are doing videos on keyboard combinations and stuff. So you'll see, if you're into it, you'll have people who will actually record their hands while they're playing games, so you can see the inputs. You see it a lot in the fighting community. They'll have a controller, so now you can green screen out everything, and you'll just see the controller. So it'll be the controller on your screen or whatnot, without a bunch of background
Interesting.
stuff. So you can do that with the controller or with your keyboard and mouse for people who are doing like FPS tutorials, stuff like that, or anything else you want to have that's a flat lay. You have the ability to have a green screen down there now as well, and there's a lot of application for that. So pretty cool niche device that people like. So Corsair has cornered the market for all of your PC broadcasting and streaming needs because Corsair owns Elgato, and so now they own all of this stuff.
Interesting.
So
I didn't know they were owned by Corsair.
Oh yeah, Corsair owns Elgato, they own Scuf, and they own Origin.
So they're pretty big.
They own everything at this point. So
It's like their only competition is really like Razer or something like that.
Legit.
Yeah, it's the only.
Razer and Logitech, because
Logitech,
Logitech owns Blue. They bought Blue, so like all of their microphone stuff now is really nice, and they have good cameras. So Corsair, Logitech, Razer are like the peripheral like leaders at this point. So if you're into Elgato and you want some new stuff to make your streams cool, they got you covered. Mm-hmm. I'll probably be buying those RGB lights because I have a problem.
How much are they?
They're $60.
Okay.
Yeah. And I really want some backlights for the back of my desk to add more lighting to all the red that I have. So, plus I get tired of Donnie with all of his lights. I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that crowd.
Be like Mike.
Yeah. I wanna be like Mike.
All lights all the time. I just like look around trying to find stuff to like put lights into. Like, get more lights into this house.
Not yet for me. I'm moving out this year sometime.
I didn't even say earlier.
It doesn't mean you can't stock up on the stuff.
I completely forgot to mention, man.
Minimize how much stuff I already have. I have a lot of crap.
I got that clickety clack RGB keyboard. I'm staring at.
Oh yeah, I heard it on Empire. I was like, oh, I hear the clicks. I love it.
It's still, I'm still not used to it. I still like keep like going from the Ergo keyboard to this, constantly like mistyping. It's like even 2 weeks later, I'm still doing it. But I do like the feel. Like the action is very nice, and but more importantly, it glows. That's the important part. That's why we bought it.
I mean,
it was on sale and it glows. And
imagine gaming with it.
It matches my Oh, that sounds awful. Who wants to do that?
No.
Far Cry 5.
No.
Boot up Far Cry
keyboard?
5.
Thank you. That's the one.
On PC.
That is exactly the one.
Why?
Boot up Far Cry 5. Boot up Far Cry 5 and
just
watch
do
what it does to your keyboard.
Yeah, watch what
Watch
it
what it does
does.
to your keyboard. Just watch.
It's pretty cool.
What does it do to the keyboard?
You have to
you
wait.
gotta put
I'm
it
not
on
going to
now.
do it until you tell me.
Just
You
boot
have
up Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5 on PC.
I know I do, but I don't play with the keyboard. I don't even, no.
You don't even have to play with the keyboard. You can still play with the controller and see what it does to the keyboard.
Oh, okay. All right, well then, then that's easy to do. I'll do that. Sure. That works.
So, do it. It's really cool. And
Okay.
then also Gears of War. You have Game
Gears
Pass.
of War
Boot up
too,
Gears
yeah.
of War and see
surprising.
what it does to your keyboard.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it glows and matches my mouse pad. I
Do
didn't
you
think it would
actually
actually
do
do
anything
that
with the
either.
settings of the lights, or do you?
I just have it. The rainbow.
You just have the rainbow. Oh man, you gotta mess with some of your lights, man.
No. I like
Get
the
a
rainbow.
color scheme going.
I like the rainbow.
Oh, okay.
I got the rainbow
yeah,
on my
his color
laptop,
scheme
the
is the
rainbow on my
rainbow.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the rainbow, and it scrolls through. I didn't expect my mouse pad to sync with it. I thought
It's the
they'd be
same
different.
company, and they're all.
I didn't know.
They
I
sync.
thought it'd be
Are they the
different.
same brands?
I turned the rainbow on, and they
It
both
should be,
just
yeah.
started going, and it just flows through. I was like, that's cool.
In theory, you should be able to sync everything with RGBs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everything goes through Synapse for Razer.
I just didn't know that the mouse pad, because it's always just glowed, like the color. I didn't think that it'd move left or right like a wave. I didn't know it could
because you
do
didn't
that.
mess with the software at all. You didn't
No,
even
not for
you
the
didn't
mouse
bother.
pad. Just the mouse pad.
You're still new to
It's
the
just a
RGB,
mouse
I
pad, but you
understand.
paid for it with fancy software in it.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Now it
you
does
can make it to where when you're doing Shaq, it glows red for Shaq. Then
Why
you
would
can have it to when you're doing Game Tech.
Why
it
would
can
I do
glow
that?
Green and
Green?
blue.
Yeah.
But why would I do that?
You're asking the wrong
You're
question.
setting a
the question
mood.
Is why not?
Nobody
Yeah,
can
the
see
question
it.
is why not?
That's
Nobody can see your RGB but you when you're looking at it anyway.
no. I
It's
take
for
pictures
you,
of it
Donnie.
and make sure that everybody sees it all the time.
Then you just answered your question. I'm doing Shaq. Check out all the glowing red.
No,
I'm doing
no,
Empire.
okay.
Look at
The
this
red and
green.
white.
Yeah, I'm good.
Saying.
That's too much. It's too much tinkering. Def.
Says the
Too much
man who
tinkering.
buys all the RGB. You just don't want to take the extra step. I get it.
I
You
like
just
the
wanna
rainbow.
set it and forget it.
Just does the wave. Yeah, set it and forget it.
Goes
Does the
all
wave.
around.
Every time I turn it on, I see all the colors. Like, why do I need specific colors? I see all the colors. You see my
you
rainbow
said, you set them-
PS5?
I hate it.
The rainbow Joy-Cons on my Switch? Like, it's just the thing.
hate
You see my Xbox? It just cycles all the colors. All the time.
It literally is like a rave in your room.
His mood is rainbow. That's basically what his mood is.
Is that
That's
is there a
good.
problem with that?
Engage.
No, that's awesome.
That sounds awesome.
All right. Do we want to get into this cloud gaming stuff? I feel like we've been going on this
Stadia's
show for a
dead.
while.
Stadia
Stadia is dead.
Dude,
Stadia
it's
is
so
It's
dead.
gone.
Luna's still in a limbo to me. It's like
Luna
there.
is in an interesting spot because
Okay.
they didn't make the mistake that Stadia did, where they have like a catalog that you just subscribe to, basically.
Yeah, they added No More Heroes to it. You get free
Yeah,
No More
I-
Heroes with Luna,
Yeah,
Well, you pay
So-
for the subscription and you get all those games.
of course.
yeah, as it should be. Instead of paying for
Stadia's still
everything a la
doing
carte
games.
and the subscription. Yeah.
Stadia got Little
keep-
Nightmares 2, I think, hit Pro,
They did, yeah.
which is cool. That game just came out. But does anybody care? Nobody cares.
No.
There's like
I
7
keep
Stadia
getting
people
those
that care.
emails, and I'm like, go away.
Oh,
Stop sending
oh.
me emails,
Dude, I unsubscribed and sent to the spam folder. I'm with you on the emails. Like,
I don't care.
I canceled 3-4 months ago. I canceled like the renew, and then after that whole we're not doing games anymore and all that, I was like, all right, I'm done. And then I started getting notifications like from YouTube, and I was like, all right, unsubscribe from channel. Started keep getting notifications in my emails like spam. For the love of God, stop! Don't make me change my email account. Stadia, stop! It's over. We're done. We're done here.
It's dead.
Leave me alone. Forget my number.
We're done.
Lose my contact information.
Yeah.
We're done here.
That's it.
No. So yeah, Luna's is looking like it could do some things. They're in a good place. They've got a good idea, and I know Amazon will not abandon ship the way Google.
Do you think Amazon will just make it a part of Prime? Like if you just subscribe
can
to
see
Prime,
that.
you
Of
just
course.
get
Yeah.
the games
Absolutely.
now That's the big thing
Absolutely.
that'll go a long way for a lot of people.
Or the Twitch Prime subscription.
Because then
too.
like on Prime Day, you'll be able to get a controller for like $10.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's how they get you. That's how they're like fire thing.
That's how they put you in the ecosystem. We're already in the
Yeah.
Twitch ecosystem. Might as
Yeah,
well
'cause they're-
lump this in.
Like their music service hasn't really taken off.
Yeah,
Which
music's
is
rough.
sad because they actually have lossless audio. Like they
Yeah.
actually have the better version of audio for audio files. But it just hasn't taken off because I mean
People
I don't like
care
its
Spotify.
UI really.
I don't like its UI either.
Yeah, well, that's the
That's
same thing
really
about
why.
Amazon TV. Yeah, they really need like a UI design team to come in and overhaul like all their.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Amazon Video's rough as well.
And quit having like 19 different apps. Like just do the Prime app and put it all there.
Oh my gosh. I had a phone, I don't know, probably 2 generations ago. I remember Amazon having its own app store on the phone.
Yeah,
And you had to update that
was a
separately.
terrible
It's
thing.
like, that's a terrible
and if
idea.
you could buy games individually through Amazon, but you had to launch it their app store on your phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
Just don't do that.
yeah, their TV app is busted. Like, it is
Awful.
real bad.
It's awful.
It's just
and I
the
hate
worst.
it because I have. That's the only place I can watch The
They
Expanse.
have good
so I
content.
use it.
They have good content.
They do. Really good shows and movies.
Yeah.
That
If
pop
they
up there.
if they added it to just Prime, that would probably ensure that I probably never cancel Prime because I wishy-washy on Prime. I go back and forth. I usually try to get in when I can get a deal or something, but I'm not married to it like the rest of the world. But
Yeah,
if they were
I'm
just
off
like,
Prime.
if they were just like, here's this service, it streams games, and we will throw some games in there, I would probably be like, well, I'll never cancel it then, because there'll probably be at least one game a year that I can just play for free, and that would that's because that's kind of where I am now. It's like there's one movie a year that Prime gets that I want to watch, and I'll just stick around with Prime for that anyway because of the 2-day delivery.
Yeah.
So for Luna,
We order
at least
a lot
that
of stuff
Luna's
from Prime.
Luna's got that going for me, because it can just
Yeah.
be an extra thing that I have if I, maybe they get an indie game or something that I want to play. Or they add a game to the subscription that I don't want to buy, but I'll try,
Yep. And they've got that Ubisoft channel. That's also nice.
That's true.
So
We need those
they're
coming
doing it
consoles.
right. Yeah, it really does. They need to just stop playing that game and go ahead and bring it to consoles where people are really
Yeah.
playing their games. Like, stop
Yeah,
it.
like a lot of them.
Let's go.
They want that 60
go.
pop. That's why they're holding off.
They,
on it.
no, they don't, because they discount their games to half off a week later.
They do. They do.
So just give us Ubi Plus or whatever the hell it's called on console.
Take your money and leave me alone.
Pretty much, because
Yeah.
that's one sub that I would just let keep going because I play a lot of Ubisoft titles.
Coming to
so-
Game Pass exclusively.
Oh fuck! Here you go.
Yes.
Here you go.
Just put in
Look,
Game
you
Pass.
already have EA Plus. Okay?
Go get it, Phil.
Or EA, whatever it's called.
Go get it,
Stop
Phil.
with- no.
Go.
Acquire
Get
that
it.
UB Plus.
Just go get it. Exclusively to Game Pass. Ubisoft Plus.
That would be
I still
So
wouldn't
amazing.
damn good.
Still wouldn't
Play on your
subscribe.
phone.
The value
play on your
of Game
PC,
Pass
Play on your Xbox. Just play everywhere but that PlayStation box.
would be astronomical, Dev.
It'd be
Okay,
the
it's been
best.
nice. I'm out. I'm so tired of hearing about Game Pass.
It's because it's.
I
so
literally can't even
awesome.
listen to Empire
It's here.
in one go. I have to turn Empire off
Watch Dogs is coming
for
to
a
Game
minute
Pass.
and go away.
Yeah, Watch
That's
Dogs
a
Legion.
rumor.
Nah,
Dude,
it's
is it
happening.
official? Is
No.
it official?
I
But
mean,
it's coming.
it's coming out.
Yeah.
I don't care. I tried Legion. It just without
We're swapping-
like a character. I couldn't. It just I don't
We're
want.
swapping Shaq and Empire this week. Because
Something's happening.
Empire is going to have some news to talk about.
It's a wave of Xbox news coming this year.
Stay tuned. More Game Pass in your future. X going to give it to you, Dev.
They're not actually. I'm not taking what they're giving. So they'll
He
give me nothing.
just digs in. Spiteful.
It's all
Dev.
your fault. It's
Dev
all
is
your
a
fault.
spiteful human being.
No,
all
he's,
your fault.
he's sticking his position. man.
Dogmatic.
He is.
Dogmatic human
He
being.
ain't budging. He ain't budging.
Dev ties.
There's just nothing there for me.
Yeah.
I agree. that it's
He
a
loves
great
Star Wars.
service.
You remember he was playing Star Wars about how amazing the new patch was and everything? There's nothing in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Star Wars
I
is
have
in
the-
Game
I already
Pass.
have.
I
EA
know you
Play.
do.
I don't need Game
But
Pass.
the
and it's
future,
cheaper.
but the future of all that stuff is in Game Pass.
That's fine. I don't
Squadrons
need
is
it.
in Game Pass. Like it's all in Game Pass.
It's in EA Play. I have it.
EA Play is in Game Pass. You could pay the same thing.
But I have EA Play.
the same stuff.
No. I pay less.
It's not
EA
that
Play
much
is
less.
$30. It's $30 a year.
So just get Game Pass. And then you get that plus all the other stuff.
Game Pass isn't on PlayStation.
Dirt
so no.
5, Wreckfest.
It's on PC.
No.
I want them to bring Game
You
Pass.
keep
to
saying games that I
PlayStation
don't
5.
want to play.
I so bad want them to bring streaming Game Pass to PlayStation. That's what I want to have happen. Because then Dev will have no other recourse. He'll still do it. He'll still do it. Like he'll disconnect his PlayStation from the internet so it never updates. He'll be like, no. Just
Can I delete this app? I can delete this app, right? I don't have to have this.
so
app on my
dogmatic,
PlayStation.
man.
Just get out of here.
Hey, man.
Screw you.
Good for
Game
you.
He'll
Sticking to your grounds.
He'll quit XP and like start a PC. It's like no.
Just.
I mean, we have Game Pass
get
on
outta
PC.
here.
You can't ignore
exactly.
it.
I
Can't escape it.
I can't escape it, and it makes
It's
me
a
so
haunting
sad.
cloud.
Everywhere. You're gonna the
that
next
just
TV
drives
you
over.
buy when you plug it in, it's just gonna have it on it. It's just Game Pass is here.
It's going to open TV screen. Just Game Pass.
Are you a subscriber to Game Pass? Dev's like, no.
I
break
moved
the TV.
to Alaska to escape Game Pass and Donnie Reece.
This sounds like an episode of Black Mirror. No joke.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just. But hey, they're bringing 1080p streaming to xCloud, so that's very
Yeah.
nice.
That's cool.
Exciting.
They are definitely the leader when it comes to.
They're coming to the
cloud
browser.
Yeah.
There's rumors, decent rumors. I'm not even sure if I want to believe them because it just sounds dumb. That they might be releasing a xCloud specific portable.
I have seen those rumors.
Those are legit rumors. Like I'm not making this up. This is a real rumor that's going around.
That would be
They are
interesting.
releasing an xCloud focused some
Portable
sort
machine?
of streaming machine that will xCloud. I don't hate the idea, but I also don't really like the idea.
I'm
Like,
not.
I don't really know
completely buying
who's
into
that
it.
for.
It's
I guess for
Japan.
us. It's for me and
It's for
Garrett.
Japan.
No, it's for
No,
for
it's
East
for Japan.
East Asian audiences. Really, it's
Well, that
South
makes some
Korea,
sense.
Japan, India.
Yep.
If it
It's-
was ergonomic and nice and sleek, I would probably rather try that than like carry a controller with a clip in my phone.
That's true.
Exactly.
Because there is a part of me that's like, that's just too much.
It's a little much. It's a
little
clunky.
much. It's a little clunky, and you look weird. You look weird with a controller and a
Do
At
you
the
really
airport,
care
just
what you look
with
like?
the controller.
I
you
do.
care?
Like when I'm at
I
work,
don't.
you
I
can't.
don't
Like if
care.
I'm at work, I can't be like, it's
Why
one
not?
thing to have a switch, and it's another thing to be like, let's start pulling out. There's my phone. I have this clip and attach this controller. That's a whole separate thing.
I think it would be interesting to have it, but still the stability of xCloud with wireless internet, especially in the US right now. I can't see myself streaming any games. It's just handheld for me right now.
Yeah.
Now, internet gets like updated. We just go to local cities, and especially in Japan and South Korea, where their internet is just phenomenal. I totally see this, and they're really pushing on phone companies too. Like they're selling phones with commercials, with Game Pass, with the Xbox controller. They're really pushing it over there. So I could see it just a separate product, just trying to, I don't know, push that even further.
I do.
They've been trying to crack that net over in East Asia. And I think this is the way that they can actually legitimately finally get into there.
Do you think it'd be like a clamshell, or are we thinking like a Razer Kishi type of look?
I would hope it's clamp, but
I like the
that would be hard
Yeah,
because
I agree.
the sticks.
Maybe you could remove them.
That's separate pieces now, just tiny little nubs. I don't know. Vita form factor is the best form factor. So if you have some like those little nub sticks like that, maybe a little bit larger than that, you don't need probably a clamshell. Just a very nice screen and just good layout there. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if they could actually do something portables. I don't think so, but
That doesn't sound like Xbox.
Let's see.
no, I'd like to see them try,
doesn't.
but I don't. It sounds more like a Windows Phone experiment. Like this doesn't. Like if I had to
And
guess,
they abandoned Windows phones. Like
They sure did.
for a good reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were pretty terrible. But there are markets where this definitely could take off. So it'll be
Wouldn't
interesting
you-
to see what they do.
Wouldn't it make more sense to just put it on the Switch than try to do your own device?
I
Like, let's
I
work
don't
with
know.
Nintendo and bring the app to Switch.
That's just another share to Nintendo, though. What they're trying to tap is the mobile market, and like
Yeah.
billions of people in India and China and South Korea and Japan. Those are the people they're going
selling
towards.
them a different device isn't going to tap into that.
Well, if it's a cheap device, they don't need a very strong, powerful device to make this.
Right, it just needs to be able to connect to the cloud. Like that's the thing.
And have built-in controls.
They have internet there. Their internet
Wi-Fi
works much better. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm excited when xCloud rolls out to the browser because I do want to. Like, I just want to try it, and I want to try it on my PC. And I like the idea that like, either at my PC at work or my PC here, that I could just stream a game real quick. My game save and everything.
That's very easy, right?
I don't have to re-download. 70 gigabytes of Gears or something. Like I could play on my Xbox at home, and then like on my laptop at work, like play through a mission, and then come back home and pick it back up where I left off. Like in those limited bursts, like a quick stream makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No,
definitely
totally makes sense with me as well.
Yeah, cool. So we'll keep following that and see where they go with it. But I really think xCloud is the leader in the streaming stuff, and they're going to be the ones to follow. And
they just have the content.
See what they do. Yeah,
and more is on the way. In a streaming space, content's king, and Xbox is acting like it. They're absolutely acting by it. They are buying everything that seemingly they can buy. So,
yeah. We'll see how well it fares, and how soon we just adapt to the idea of streaming and cloud and all of that, because
it's a long ways.
It's a long game.
It's a long
ways off.
Do you think PlayStation is equipped for the streaming future? Do you think they're good with their content and their library and everything they have?
What the hell they have the content. They have the library. It's just a matter of like, do they want to do that? PlayStation is always I
don't think it's a matter of do they want to do it. I think eventually, eventually everybody will do it.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't know if it's what I mean is I don't think that it's necessarily like on their roadmap for any time soon.
Oh no, I agree.
It just doesn't feel like that. But the thing is, when they do, like they have the content. They have so much like stuff that you just goes with PlayStation that has legacy that they have panache.
So you don't feel like they might be. You think they're fully equipped and ready to go.
As far as content, absolutely. But as far as actually rolling out stuff, no, they're terrible at that stuff.
Well, I meant in terms of like a future 25 years from now, we've got these little apps that stream all the games. Like PlayStation's good. They don't need to acquire.
I totally see that. They're not exploring this space, and they understand like it would be too much investment in terms of like just infrastructure and software building.
Them and Nintendo, they're like, let's let them figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll adopt some of that technology here, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, because that's just not. They don't even make computers anymore. They make phones, TVs, and PlayStation. That's really all Sony does.
They still make phones,
movies at this point.
They do.
Yeah. I didn't even know that.
They have the Xperia, and cameras. So
cameras big. Yeah, Sony.
Yeah.
Sony has a good chunk of camera market.
When it comes to trying to figure out, an online streaming network, they're pretty shit at it. So. But I mean, if you just took the PlayStation 4 library and decided you wanted to make that streaming, I think you're set up for content right there, and you're fine.
You contract with another company, you'll get a market right there. I think.
Yeah, and there'll be third parties that are willing to play ball. That's the thing. Eventually, we'll have like these 5 or 6 different streaming apps, and I'm sure a couple third parties will try to do their own thing. But I also think there'll be partnerships where there will be games that are on all of them, just like we have on consoles. We act like everybody's like drawing, like everybody's like taking chunks out of the map for themselves. And I realize that like with Xbox buying Bethesda, people feel like a chunk maybe have been moved. But like I think at the end of the day, I think you'll start seeing, like EA, Ubisoft, Activision, like 25 years from now, if I'm thinking about it, say we have 5-10 different apps, but a majority of those games are on half of those apps. Yeah. They're all on all the same apps,
Yep.
So you don't have to have like, 100 IP studio library to contend.
Yep. Exciting times for 25 years from now when streaming is the only thing.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's not going to be that long, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
Devs want to be there. That's why it's getting there, because that's where devs want to be.
Yeah. The idea of Stadia is an amazing concept if it can be done right.
Well, done on the other side is game developers now make money long-term off of their creations. It's recurring revenue versus a one-time purchase.
Yep.
That's where they want to be. That's the whole point. That's
Stable
literally
income
the whole
right
point
there.
of trying to do this. It's not the
That's why we
convenience.
have
It's not
games as a service.
your phone and all that. It is literally that. This is the most viable way for this industry to continue. There's money coming in every month.
Constantly, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
sense.
Fortnite.
Thank you, Fortnite.
Yeah, because you think about it,
Thank
like
you,
you make a
Fortnite.
Tomb Raider game, right, and you sell it, and you make a lot of money for a year or two, and then that's it.
And then you're kind of done. Yeah.
But if you take all the Tomb Raiders and you wrap them up in a service and you charge everybody $10 a month, you're making money off of that Tomb Raider game indefinitely. And that's where they want to be.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that because I'm old.
Yeah. I hope it's interesting. I hope I do. There's a part of me that wants, like, I hope we don't see it, but I think we will. But there's a part of me that hopes that just like movies and stuff, like there's still a physical market. Like Netflix hasn't killed a physical market.
Yeah.
So I think there will be for games too. I just think it'll be limited and expensive. Like that's what I think is going to happen.
I mean, you're already seeing it with limited run games. You'll just have this
Exactly.
premium physical products.
They'll
that are
attach
limited
it to
run.
toys and stuff. They'll be more than like $100, but if you want it, it will be there. If you want to do it, it'll be there. I guess the real question is, can they make it so convenient that you don't want it anymore? Can they make it just so easy to do? Like, like I don't want to change the disc no more. Can they just make it so easy that you're like, I'll just stream it, because they can get there.
Yeah, starting with the end of the PS3, I stopped buying discs. I was like, digital? Yeah, we're doing that.
Dude.
And I don't buy discs anymore. Fuck that.
I wanted to watch a show the other day, and I put in one disc, and then it ended, and I didn't want to go through my box of DVDs to find the next disc, so I was like, let's just watch something else.
Yeah,
I'm
just stream it.
literally so lazy. I just hopped to a whole new show.
I've done the same thing, and I've also looked at stuff that I have on DVD. I'm like, ooh, can I just buy this digital for cheap real quick? 'Cause I don't feel like putting in this disc.
Yeah, no, I bought The Office. Well, I got a deal, but I bought The Office digitally after I'd already owned it. All the DVDs. I got all the box sets, and I was like, I don't want to go through them every time. So,
Yeah. Screw physical. All right, we got one question.
I still want all my horror movies. Like, that's a big thing for me.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
People have their niche.
I pay for Shudder. I watched a movie on Shudder that was so amazing, I bought the Blu-ray.
I'm trying to think. Have I done that for anything where I'm like, I want to buy it? No.
You got to watch the Nintendo documentary. It's really good. You'll like it. There's a lot of PlayStation stuff in there.
What Nintendo documentary?
It's called Playing with Power. It's on Crackle. It's 5 episodes. It's like 5 hours, and it's literally like a definition of it's like a documentary for video games, like from the beginning to the end. It is full on.
I will check that out because I love old school Nintendo stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I missed Nintendo Power.
My
haven't
wife
watched
is
it yet,
just
but-
putting packages on my desk.
Yay, more packages.
Open it on stream. What do we got?
Yeah, unboxing.
Is this a birthday present?
Unboxing live on stream.
Is it a birthday present? I'm getting a birthday present.
Oh,
Oh,
that's right. Your birthday is in what, 4 days?
happy birthday.
Ooh, it's a
Happy birthday to
controller,
Donnie on
guys.
stream. Uh-oh. That's
Is this
perfect for
off my
tech.
wish list? This is a new Switch controller.
Ooh,
Does it have RGB?
that's the real question. Oh, that looks really
Oh, got the
nice,
green.
actually. That's
Yeah.
a Game Tech controller.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it is. I
Very
put this on my
nice.
wish list. I saw a YouTuber talking about how great this controller was. I threw it on my wish list a while ago. And
Oh,
What's so,
That's
what's
so
so
nice.
special about
for
it?
my birthday.
Yay!
It's just like a 360 controller. It feels like kind of like a Stadia controller meets a Pro controller, like a
Yeah.
Switch Pro controller.
yeah, kind of looks like it.
Yeah, I like the
Good
green.
stuff.
I just
I like the
green.
colors, yeah. The green is nice. The
That's
green
why I
is
wanted it,
nice.
because I like the colors. Plus, we only have one Switch Pro controller. I have like the Super Nintendo Pro controller from 8-Bit though.
Mhm.
Jack doesn't like that one as much, so I was looking for a Player 2 Pro controller. So
Nice.
Got it.
Very nice.
very cool.
All right, so we got one question, and then we're going to get up out of here. The question comes from Twitter at @rkern says, it seems like you don't find good HDR until you get to TVs in the 1K and up price range. And it seems non-existent in PC monitors that aren't as expensive as said TVs. Do you all have any recommendations for budget-friendly TVs that produce quality HDR?
Talk to Donnie.
I was going to say talk to Dev because
okay.
I mean, I definitely would recommend my TV. I think my TV has really good HDR, but I don't. My first response was to say, like, I don't think that's true. I think
it's
you
not
can get a good
HDR.
TV with good HDR for less than $1,000.
You can.
You
And
can,
you're looking
yeah.
at the $700 to $800 price range.
You can't get a new next gen TV like really without getting to that
Right.
range. But an HDR TV, you can. Like some of the new Rokus and the new things are really good. They're nice.
Yeah. So HDR is just, it's in a weird spot where we're still trying to figure it out because it is also, a lot of it doesn't come down to the HDR on the TV. It comes down to the HDR implementation from the source. A lot of times, like, for example, just going to use Destiny. Destiny has horrible HDR. Their HDR is just
Is it just like
god-awful.
shiny and like bright?
It's just wrong. Like the
Oh,
colors
it's
are
just
all
literally
wrong.
wrong.
It's all
like a
over the
colorblind
place.
mode.
It's just a mess. Dude. Like if you go to, for example, Nessus, there's a lot of red in Nessus, and it's just wrong. The color scope is wrong.
splotchy.
If you go to Europa, which is all snow, the whites are way too bright and the darks are way too dark, so you lose a lot of the detail. So that's a lot of the issues that you have with HDRs. A lot of time they end up making things too dark or too bright to where you lose a lot of the detail. Now, when you really want a good HDR, a lot of that is going to come from the micro LED and the OLED screens. So, for example, like Donnie's TV has really nice HDR, and it also has the Dolby Vision HDR. So you have HDR, HDR10, HDR10 Plus, and then you have Dolby Vision. So you've got all these different versions of HDR, and it all depends on what does the actual thing you're trying to watch or game in support. Does it support HDR, HDR10, HDR10 Plus, or Dolby Vision? Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus are the two best ones because it defines each individual moment of what the HDR is instead of just trying to overlay HDR on top of something. So if you get, what is the model of your TV again, Danny? Is it the CX? No, the CX is the OLED.
No,
CX is the
CX
one
is
that
like
everybody wants.
standard
Mine's
above.
the NanoCell.
The
Nano
NanoCell.
series,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So the Nano cells, you can get those at a decent price, under $1,000.
I've seen
I got mine for under $7.
Yeah, I've seen a
yours is-
55-inch for $650 now or something like that.
The 55-inch usually
paid a
runs
lot
between
less than that.
$650 and $1,000. You have the 49-inch you have the 49-inch, right?
And
Because
then
I
you
got
had a
mine-
gift card.
No, I got mine. Mine was a like new model, but off the shelf.
Oh,
So I got mine for like $480, which
That's
I
pretty
thought
good.
that's why I dropped down because you remember I was on
it was 500 or something.
Yeah,
like
I was
that.
with Dev because the 49 I could walk out the door like less than 5, and at the time the 55 was like out the door. It was like 830.
Oof.
So we were close to almost twice to go 6 inches, and I was like, I think I'm gonna get this 49-inch.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it works.
So it
worked out.
really depends on what size TV you want. But the NanoCell TVs are really good. They have really nice HDR and they have Dolby Vision. So if you actually get something that's shot and uses Dolby Vision, you're going to get really, really great HDR because you're going to have that better. It's not just bright. You actually get the color spectrum to where all the colors have the right amount of brightness, the right amount of darkness. And then, of course,
$599 for the 55 NanoCell right now at Best Buy.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
It's really good and it's 120 hertz, 4K. Does
Yeah,
all your
HDMI
next
2.1
gen things.
It has everything checked off.
I do have some complaints. Its backlight bothers me quite a bit. Like, I really adjust the backlight a lot with it, and almost turn it off.
That is
in
the
most cases.
biggest deal with the nano cells is you get a lot of backlight bleed. And that's where the OLEDs come into play, and that's where you end up spending over $1,000 because they have individual lighting all throughout. So you're gonna get, like, if it's black, there's a very good possibility there's no lighting there at all to get that really deep black.
Yep.
And that's where you're paying like easily over $1,000. But you can definitely get good HDR for under $1,000. But it also depends on the size of the TV that you want. So if you're
Most
looking
of the time, like in game, I never notice it. Like once like, there are actual other colors and stuff that's on the screen. But like if the screen is just black, like if there's like a load screen or something, you definitely tell the difference because it's like almost like a gray, not actually black.
Yeah.
Yep,
you need the contrast to kind of make it look black.
And that's why OLEDs are king.
Yeah.
In that space.
Yeah. So that's the deal with the TVs, and like I said, size. If you're looking for 55 or under, it's going to be very easy to find a good TV with good HDR under 1,000. Once you start going to 65 and up, you're starting to get a little bit closer to 1,000 and over it. As far as monitors are concerned,
monitors,
that is a whole nother
it's a mess.
Bag.
It's a small car.
Because you're looking at so many different types of panels where it's TN, it's God, I'm drawing a blank. But there's 3 different types of panel as far as a type of like actual panel you're going to get. Then you're also looking at the speed of the TV of the monitor, where you're looking at either 60, 144, 240. That's going to change your resolution, because if you're looking at anything 240, if it's not a 1080p screen, you're easily over $1,000. Even the 144, you're looking at, if it's a 1440 screen, you're looking at probably $400 to $500 and up.
Yeah.
And if you want something that has HDR as well, then you're now at $700, $800. So monitors are just difficult.
And really HDR on monitors, it's not like, it's nowhere near close to TV. Like mind-blowing, eye-popping type of picture quality with these things. If you really want eye-popping HDR quality monitors, you're looking at the Odyssey, right?
You're looking at the Odyssey, or you're looking at the ones that are made for people who are doing colorizing for shows, and those are easily within the $3,000 range. You're looking at the Asus like Pictogram or something like that. There's also some other monitors that are used like in post-production that are really expensive. You're looking at Apple and their monitors. So if you're looking for really, really great HDR in a monitor space, it's really hard to find for under $1,000. There is a monitor that is coming that's going to have like HDR 1,000, so you're going to get a really good peak brightness, but you're also going to be spending probably about $1,200 for that. So monitors, they're just always going to be more expensive. There's just no way around it. So
it's the way it is. It's only going to get cheaper though. And I see some websites actually this past week is like, wait for a TV or monitor because the new line is coming out this summer in August. Yeah. And so last year's models are going to be cheaper. And it's just kind of wait a little bit for the HDR. Well, it's going to be way more affordable for TVs than monitors though for a good long time.
Yeah, it is what it is. If you're looking for a monitor, I mean, the LG Ultra Gear series is probably the best way to go. They probably have some of the best HDR implementation.
Was that LG like 950, right?
The 950, yeah.
B950 or something.
The B950N is like the current one. That's 144 hertz. It's got HDR 600. And then they have the P that's supposed to drop in April. That is actually going to have HDMI 2.1, but also 4K, 144, HDR 600.
That checks all the boxes.
Yeah, it's hard to find anything over HDR 600 in a monitor. And it's also because a lot of the times, like the implementation for HDR in PC just isn't. It's not great. In Windows,
it's not there.
It's not great. It's not there. So that's why the monitors are harder to find. So if you're gaming on a monitor, it's not the space for HDR just yet.
Yeah. If you're gaming on PC with the monitor, then you're looking for higher frames or higher resolution. But that's a good question with like monitors with consoles. Because I think that's a space that's going to grow, especially for our audience where we're not getting these GPUs, but instead people are getting these consoles. You see Linus, this tech, like massive tech person, all about PCs. He's loving the Xbox and PS5 as well. He's advertising that with the monitor. So hopefully with that push, we're going to get more innovation with the HDR quality on monitors as well. And maybe more affordable HDMI 2.1. monitors as well.
There's so many people now streaming and capturing footage from consoles. The monitor space is starting to catch up. It's just taking a while. It's uncharted territory for the most part. So they're blazing a new path there. And I honestly think the only reason we're really even seeing monitors with HDMI 2.1 is because of these consoles. Because of these consoles. You're using DisplayPort. You're not even using HDMI. So we've been able to do that from PC with a high refresh rates at a high resolution for quite some time now through DisplayPort. So the only reason we're even seeing HDMI 2.1 on monitors is because of the new consoles. So it's
on the new GPUs too, but yeah,
it's in its infancy. So just be patient if you're looking for a monitor and you don't want to spend the premium that they're going for right now.
Wait till a Black Friday deal, October, November-ish to get a nice, affordable, smaller screen TV. That's what I suggest with a console.
Indeedy. All right, so that's going to do it here for episode 12 of PSVG's Game Tech. We hope you guys learned something new, got excited for a new piece of tech, or just vibe with us here. It's been a good time. Just want to give thanks to our patrons at the producer level, Mr. Michael Masick, Barry Cathcart, Edwin Callow, Stephen Keller, Nick Creature, Root Days 93, Ben Moxham, Rob Emanuel, Nick Fall Harbor, Paul Calicote, Kyle Heyman, Grouchy Surge, Chris M., myself, and Josh Bourbon. That may be an outdated list because I don't think I updated this for about a month.
It is.
But whatever.
Thanks, RJ.
Thank you, RJ.
Thank you, RJ. So, yeah. Give us a follow over at Game Tech Pod on the Twitters and tune into all things PSVG at psvg.blog and PSVG over on Twitter. You guys have anything you'd like to plug, Donnie?
I'm good.
Nothing. Just follow him at Eat the Hype. Follow Garret at Bland Explosion on Twitter.
Yeah.
And with that, may all your K's and P's be bright, your frames glorious.
Flames.
And your
flames glorious.
Flames glorious.
Your RGB is glorious.
Yes. And your flops powerful.